How's it going, amigo? Welcome back to Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Who's ready to see what the final trial has for everybody? But yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome. I can't believe it. We actually made it this far. I can't wait to see what happens near the end. Let's see how far we can get. Can we try to finish it this stream? Let's see. But right now, let's get started, shall we? Let's go! But how is everybody doing? Everybody doing alright? Luke and I made our way past the guard post. It would only be a matter of time before we reached the tower itself. I assume the trial must have started by now. I have the utmost confidence that Mr. Wright will do all he can to defend Miss Cantabella. I believe the key to saving Miss Cantabella lies somewhere within this tower. We must press on before it's too late. So yes, we solved a bunch of puzzles and now we're inside a child's room, which might be Aspella's childhood room. So I remember we stopped off here last time because everything that happened made me tired. But now we're back here. Let's go check around. I think we already checked around as much as we can. Can we move though? Oh, we gotta keep on checking, okay. But yes, everybody doing alright so far? So we picked up a book on this bed. Let's keep looking around. Look at all those stuffed animals and toys. Hime? Who's Hime? Is there a character named Hime that I do know? Okay, we were out here, then we walked inside. By the way, the music though, chat, the music is good. The paintings on the wall certainly give this room a rather charming feel. You need to draw a sloth with a Professor Layton hat? Really? I don't want it. Okay, why not? Why the heck not? Oh yeah, the door. I believe we've seen all there is to see here. Let's press on, Luke. How's it going, Citrix? Oh, he missed a Crunchyroll mascot. Got it. Did you know that Samsung also has a mascot now? Samsung has their own waifu now. Oh, whoa, look at this place. Ooh, it says a lot of paper everywhere. What do you make of this room, Professor? It's not very tidy. This appears to be the very top room of the tower. The parchment lying on the floor here seems very similar to the type on which a storyteller writes his stories. I think we can say with some certainty that this is the storyteller's room. Samsung just goes with the time, not gonna lie. What if I became a waifu, chat? What if I became a sloth waifu, but I still have the same voice? Huh? This is the storyteller's room? I was imagining something a bit grander, like a throne room with all kinds of posh decorations. While I agree that it's a little eccentric, it's unmistakably the study of an author. He probably spent all his time in here, continuously writing those stories. And then the fire broke out, and then we found Golden Layton. Oh my goodness, Golden Layton. The stories! I wonder what Aspella thought of it all. Her father writing stories for all the townsfolk, I mean. I wonder if she looked forward to seeing this new stories completed. Or if she... The stories were probably a little too mature in content for a young child. Remember, chat, if your father's writing stories, do not read his fanfictions, okay? I don't imagine the storyteller would have shown Aspella many of them. Okay, little Aspella, little 5-year-old Aspella. Here, the story of many people dying from the Great Witch Bezella. Isn't that amazing, 5-year-old Aspella? Daddy, I just wanted to read Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Read the depths in my fanfiction. But in that case, surely she can't have had many opportunities to even talk to her father, given how busy he was. I guess that means she was pretty lonely. It must have been hard for her, even knowing how important those stories are for the people of the town. But I don't think it's right. No child should be unable to talk with their father. I absolutely agree, Luke. I believe it will be important in the upcoming trial to have an understanding of Aspella's feelings toward father. Professor, knowing you, Luke, I'm sure you must have had a lot of things on your mind at the moment. So if there's anything at all that you want to talk about, you will tell me, won't you? Of course I will, Professor. I'm always ready to listen, Luke. Now then, shall we start investigating this room? By the way, chat, how's the audio? Is the audio good? What's this thing moving? Oh, that's a fish. That's a fish in a bowl. Okay, that was a fish in a bowl. What's this? Papers on the wall. Look, Professor, a photograph. Wait, I didn't think they even had photographs in this town. Oh yeah, they were all drawn. Wait, why is there a photograph? Huh? Indeed, it's not the kind of thing one would have expected to find here. Too right. I certainly haven't seen any cameras about since we got here. There's no doubt that this is a photo, though. What could that mean? Why is there a photograph? Look at this graph! This may be in some way related to the tower being so closely protected. What do you see in the photograph, Luke? There are two children, both young girls. Oh, Espella and Darklaw? Is that Darklaw? The photo looks quite old, doesn't it? I wonder who they are. Well, one of them is surely Espella. There can be little doubt about that. Hey, you're right! And look at that pendant! It's the same one Espella always wears. The fact that she continued to wear it ever since shows just how important that pendant must be to her. What about this other girl? Do you think she's a friend of Espella's? Indeed, I wager the two of them were rather close friends at that. They do look pretty chummy, alright. Chummy. By the way, chat, are we chummy? Are we a chummy kind of chat? How chummy are we? See, they even have the same pendant. A glimpse into Espella's past. This may well prove to be an important clue. I would like to ask her about it face to face. Let's borrow it for the time being. An important evidence. Chum from the chum bucket? No! I wonder if there are any other clues knocking around. Well, I say that something that you thought you saw moving earlier is a point worth pursuing. But isn't this the last room in the tower? I must have just been imagining things. Not necessarily, Luke. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a way of getting beyond even this room. Let's look around more closely. Right you are, Professor. Let's see. Oh wait, I can't forget that. That's a. Oh wait, that. There's a coin in the doll. What's this piano? Oh, the piano is the piano's a puzzle, chat. Ah, this is. What is it, Luke? There's a letter on top of the piano. This was evidence during that trial. That trial, my boy? Yes, the trial about Sir Belduke's death. The trial when you were like right as gold. Ah, you mean when I was turned to gold? In which case, this letter is the one that the storyteller's owl's hoot gave us after we last paid him a visit. Well, yes, it is, but that letter was completely blank, wasn't it? Indeed it was. That was meant to be Sir Belduke's suicide note, which he addressed to the storyteller. His suicide note, you say? But Sir Belduke's butler swapped the letter for some plain sheets of parchment before it got delivered. And those blank sheets were given to us by Mr. Hoot, who knew something was strange about them. I see. I certainly missed out on some intriguing developments during my absence. The real suicide note was revealed at the trial. But how's it ended up here? Well, I imagine that's quite simple, Luke. It's likely that after the trial finished, the letter was returned to its rightful owner. It was addressed to the storyteller after all. Right. I guess that does make sense. I suppose the storyteller finally had a chance to actually read it then. Yes. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that he most likely did so very recently, perhaps even today while sitting at the piano. What on earth was going through his mind here before that final parade? There's something we're not seeing here. We need to investigate this closely, Luke. What could it be? Surely this is not a trap of some kind. It's unlikely that a trap will be so obvious. Just a moment. There's some kind of puzzle in this the puzzle piano. Chad, how would you feel if you got an instrument but you can't play it until you solve the puzzle? You want to play drums? Solve the puzzle. You want to play the piano? There's a puzzle in the piano. You want to play the trombone? Solve the puzzle. Here we go, puzzle time. How hard is this gonna be? Oh, it's musical stuff, isn't it? Oh boy, I'm not great with musical stuff. Below the stained glass window is written, when the stars have aligned, the goddess shall pluck her harp, bringing forth her serene song. Rearrange the musical notes to create a lovely melody. Touch a musical note and slide the stylus to move it across the touchscreen. Place a musical note over the desired spot and release it to have the note switch places. Once I have decided on my answer, touch submit to see if it's correct. Let's see. So it just has to... Hold on, I'm not great with this stuff here. When the stars have aligned, the goddess shall pluck... Oh, wait. Did it show me, like... I think it just showed me, like, the whole thing, right? Like, when it went around, it just showed me the whole thing. Hold on, I gotta see that again. Come on, show it. It did show, right? Oh. Oh, okay. When it goes around once, it shows it, though. So it wants me to rearrange it into the same way it goes. So I'm gonna bring one of these notes over here. And then it went up a bit, right? It was like that to a little bit up, a little bit upwards. So up and then up again. So I'm guessing it's like that. And then it went up 2 times. Then how did it go again? I'm trying to figure it out. So I think I got the first 3 correct. I'm just trying to rearrange it the way it's being told. So what's the 4th note and onward? So all the way at the top. Okay, so it goes like that. I'll switch it to the bottom screen so you can see what's going on right now. So when it goes all the way around, it literally just tells me the whole thing. All I gotta do is rearrange it into what the harp is telling me, and I think I got it. What else you got for me, goddess? So it goes all the way up, and then the same note as this one. Okay, so it's the same note as the 4th one. You wish there was a way to speed it up, but I think I'm getting it though. I think I'm getting it. So after all the way up, and then it goes down, the same as the 3rd note. What is the 6th note and onward? We just gotta see, quickly. And then up, and then down. I think I got it. I think this is it. I think this is it. I checked it, I saw it, and then I think I got it. Let's do it. Is this it?
Allow me to show you my
And
skills.
Yeah!
That was indeed an
I recreated the music! Superb, a loud bang rings through the air as the celestial globe adorning the ceiling begins to move. Yes, all I had to do was rearrange it the same way as that, otherwise I would have been like, anybody good at music here? I'm only a drum player, I'm not good with musical notes. But I got it though. Fantastic. That was awesome. So there was a secret in the piano.
Look, Professor.
Come what may, puzzles are meant to be solved.
Could there be another room above this one?
I have a feeling
By the way,
that
chat, I
rooftop
love
assault
Luke's
from the garden
voice.
continues above here.
I love Luke's voice.
Oh, I can see what you mean, Professor.
You can use a piano and a guitar. Alright, chat. Tell me what instruments you play.
It's really
Even
dark
if it's
in here.
air guitar, tell me what you
Moonlight seems to be
play.
coming in from up above.
Well, there's no turning back now. The answer to the biggest mystery of all is surely waiting for us ahead.
Oh
I
boy.
think so too, Professor. I wonder what on earth it could be.
We're gonna find something big upstairs, aren't we? We're gonna
Next
find
step
something
in the
crazy.
storyteller's story, if I'm not mistaken.
Kazoo. I love
The
kazoo.
next step.
Piano and
The
trumpet.
story has already finished.
Like I
hasn't
said,
it?
I used to play drums back in high school though.
Not yet, Luke.
For 4
Still
years.
a little too soon for the
I'm
ending.
pretty sure if I started playing drums again, I'd be rusty. So maybe I should play... We got the suicide note. But yeah, chat, what if I played the Taiko Drum Master? What if I played Taiko Drum Master one day? Wouldn't that be fun? Storyteller? Wait, I just saw the storyteller. Is he... Hold on a second, what's going on here?
I had a feeling that you, of all people,
Wait, he's
would
not...
make it this
What?
far.
It's you!
I thought so. You are
He
still
faked
alive.
it all.
Professor Layton.
Oh
I've had
my
enough of your running
goodness.
around, flagrantly contravening the flow of my story. As such, I can no longer ignore.
Is he gonna write us out the story? Wait. Oh no.
Professor!
Oh, dang. Oh my goodness. Layton can dodge. He's like, this is a puzzle. Not dying is a puzzle. Luke, pick up that sword. Use the sword. Oh my goodness, Luke is about to kill somebody with that. Oh. What if it... Excuse me, how?
Thank you, my boy.
How? How did Luke throw that? He was having trouble picking it up. Wait, is the next thing up? Are you joking? The fighting is a puzzle. The fighting is a puzzle. What? So, okay, 70 Pickerats. All that the storyteller writes is destined to come true. Your opponent's attacks are no exception. Nice, Paul. Memorize the storyteller's tale and deflect your opponent's predetermined moves. Enemy knights will appear in accordance with the storyteller's tale. Memorize the order of their attacks and deflect them using the knight's own moves against them. So it's a friggin' touch the attack icons on the touchscreen below in the order that you think they appeared. Okay, so I just gotta memorize them. I'm afraid your role in the story ends here, Professor. Now allow me to write the tale of your demise. The knight drew his blade. As the battle came to a close, he raised his blade overhead and delivered the finishing blow. So he drew the blade, the battle came to a close, raised blade, and delivered the finishing blow. Oh, it shows it. Ah, gotcha now. So I believe that it was the slash down, and then he did the slash, and the last one was the overhead one. So the stab, and then overhead. There we go. Look at this epic fight. Nice! Layton. Sheesh, Layton. Well played, Professor, but how will you fare in this tragic tale? You know what's funny, chat? The storyteller is like, I'm gonna write out everything. There's no way Layton will defeat me now. Dang it, how did he find out everything? A new knight stepped in for his fallen comrade. He slashed quickly, delivering 3 blows before finishing the battle with a 3-hit combination attack. That is really specific right there. So spin, slash down, slash sideways, then down, then spin around. Alright, so of course, he did the whole spinny around thing, and then he slashed down. And I believe he did slash left to right. He did do that. I'm trying to remember exactly. No, wait. What did he do again? Because yeah, so he did the spin around. I know he did that first. And the last one was another spin around. I gotta remember was in between. What if I click restart? I think it's from the beginning, but I think I got it this time. I think I got it. He went down. He did go down, and then he slashed left to right. That I remember. Did he slash again left to right? He did. And then he went downwards, and then spinny spin. I believe so. Spin, then down, side, down. Yep, I got it, I remembered. I just had to remember what's in between, like in the middle. It's literally memorization. Think you work it out, do ya? Let us see if you can predict the ending of this final chapter. The final knight drew his sword. As he attacked, he began to vanish into thin air. His movements veiled in the embrace of the shadows. So down, spin, stab, left to right, down. Wait, what? What was the last one? Okay, so there's the one on the top middle. He did not do the jump, so I think that's the last one. That might be the last one right there. So he did go down. He did do a spin. He stabbed. He also slashed left to right, downwards, and then did the jump at the end before he went invisible. That was the last one he didn't do. So yep. Yes! Yes! Go Layton! Layton is the best fire. Layton is the best Fire Emblem character, chat. He is the best Fire Emblem character.
Solving puzzles.
Why is he not in Smash? Why is Layton not in Smash? He clearly has a moveset. But no, he'd be another sword character. No! Marvelous. In this case, it would seem that the pen is not stronger than the sword. Layton? Who's Layton? Who the heck is Layton? Luke, my boy, do not die! Dang, I'm loving these scenes though.
Professor, behind you!
Wait. Oh, that's a big boy, Chad. That's a big boy. Why is there electricity coming out of him? Magic, it's magic. Magical electricity. What is Layton gonna do? Oh!
Professor!
Oh!
Professor!
Luke is gonna need therapy after this, that's for sure.
Well, now, that was close.
Yeah.
Storyteller.
Oh, he was just staying there,
I'm
okay.
afraid that the power of your pen is
He
no
could have just
longer
wrote himself out the
absolute.
story, right? He could have just said, I disappear. Goodbye, everybody.
You never fail to impress me, Professor Layton.
We
Just
never
tell me
do.
one thing. What exactly are you trying to achieve?
You could say, I'm trying to lift the veil that hangs over the town.
If that is indeed the case, the answer lies in the final story.
We're about to hit that, Chad. Can you believe it? We're about to
This
hit the
very
final
evening,
story.
The great witch Bazella will be tried, and all stories will end. You should take your place in the gallery and observe the final trial.
Permit me, if I may, to ask you a question, Mr. Storyteller. Why is it that you are here?
What?
You too
What?
should be watching in the gallery, watching as your twisted story unfolds.
Yeah, why don't you watch your own story?
My twisted story? What do you mean by that?
You must surely be aware that your story has already become twisted. Take our arrival in this town, for instance. Not to mention our being here at this very moment. Neither of these things could have happened in the story you wrote. In other words,
I
what
mean,
I'm
you
saying
sure this
is
wasn't
that
a
you are
crossover he
no
wrote?
longer the weaver of the tale.
Oh, so there's a storyteller behind the storyteller is what Layton is saying. How many twists are in this game? Who's the actual writer of the story? It is as you say. The story I crafted has indeed been twisted out of proportion by someone else's actions. The true storyteller are the devs themselves. I'm not surprised that you realized. It seems nothing passes by those sharp eyes unnoticed. Yep, Layton's got the sharpest eyes ever, doesn't he? That is exactly why I decided to write the grand finale. To prevent any further distortion. Do you mean to suggest that by ending the story, you could return this town to its original state? To its original state, you say? I'm afraid that is not the case. The entire truth behind Labyrinthia is sealed by a single spell. That's right, the final spell. The final spell, you say? When that spell is invoked, Labyrinthia's true form will become clear to all. What kind of spell is that? It is a spell that has always been hidden within plain view. What's that supposed to mean? Essentially, the final spell is concealed at the start. Of Monopoly? Do not pass go. The final spell is concealed at the start. What on earth are you talking about? Ugh. I thought you two took it upon yourselves to unravel mysteries, do you not? Do what you will with it. Very well. Now then, I believe there's just one thing that you may wish to hear from me. And what would that be? Firstly, what would you say if I told you that this twisting of your story is leading towards a grand finale quite different to the one you had planned? What do you mean? This evening, you supposedly gave up your life to the Great Witch Bazella, did you not? As a result, the person thought to be Bazella is being tried in court at this very moment. Now, if you permit me to ask, do you happen to know the name of the accused? Naturally, I wrote the name myself, there can be no question. Of course, the name of the accused is... Espella Cantabella. Wait, did the storyteller not write that? What are you saying? You mean Maya's... No way. You mean Espella's father did not write her name down? Somebody else wants her dead. Oh my goodness. Also, hello Bedroom and Alex Gamer, how you doing? Yes, the accused at this evening's trial is none other than Espella Cantabella. That can't be! That's preposterous! This is your doing, what have you done, Layton? You ask me what I've done, Mr. Storyteller. I am but a solver of puzzles and mysteries. I do not concern myself with scheming. My Espella, why? How is she the accused? Perhaps you ought to go and see for yourself, Mr. Storyteller. Do you think it's a good idea to just stand here lamenting your daughter's fate? What's to be done? Well, Mr. Storyteller, I will be returning to the court. I like to witness this grand finale with my own eyes. Ah, yes, before I leave, there's just one thing I'd like to make clear. I do not intend to simply take my place in the gallery and observe the trial. Naturally, there's only one place for me to stand in order to unravel all these mysteries. You mean to say that you will stand as the defender? Unfortunately, the defender's position is already taken. Moreover, Mr. Storyteller, I am the one who knows the truth. The true identity of the Great Witch Bezel... It's Dark Law, isn't it? It's Dark Law. How can you know? There is only one place at which I should stand in order to assert such a fact, and that is not on the side of the defense. Wait, is he gonna become a witness? Surely you can't mean. I anticipate seeing you again soon, Mr. Storyteller. What is going on, chat? What is going on? To be continued, but what's going on? Oh my goodness, this story's getting crazy. We gotta move on, chat. We gotta continue on. Yes, we're gonna hurry up, game. Hurry up. Yes, I want to save. I want to get to the next part already. Let's go. Let's go. 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 I'm stabbing my screen to death already. Hey, Rodrigo. How do you do? Welcome back. Is this it, chat? Is this the finale of the chapters? Let's go. Chapter 9, The Last Inquisitor. Let's go. Hurry up. I get slowed. Now we're back in court. Court is now once again in session. However, I must say I'm quite surprised at this recent turn of events. To see Miss Kira at the witness stand once again. Frankly, I cannot believe my eyes. If 1 million fire flies. Miss Kira. She's back. Miss Kira is back. You were most certainly sent to the flames as a witch. That's right. I was there. I saw it. She most certainly was. Then how is she still alive? Is it because she's a witch? Can witches not die? No, she must have used the mirror and vanished just in time. I say send her straight to the fire. We'll do it ourselves if we have to. Enough. A witch must be in possession of a Telea Magica in order to use magic. I hate to disappoint you all, but do you see such a thing on her person? I think not. But she must have. That girl must have used the mirror. Surely you can see that, High Inquisitor. The mirror is a spell able to make someone disappear from sight. It cannot make one vanish entirely, and besides, an investigation conducted by the Knights of the Inquisition has concluded that this girl is not capable of using magic. Listen well, Miss Kira. Your existence alone jeopardizes the very peace of Labyrinthia, yet given the current situation, it is now imperative that you testify to this court regarding what you saw, immediately.
Objection!
That will not be necessary. What? This girl has already been convicted and tried as a witch in a previous trial. What good could come of her testimony?
Objection!
But she was found hiding at the crime scene. I say that makes her a very important witness, a witness whose testimony we cannot choose to ignore. High Inquisitor Darklaw, I'm afraid your objection is overruled. Oh! You wish to proceed then? Very well. Let us see just how much of her story this girl is willing to tell the court, shall we? Was that the first overruled, though? Was there another overrule? I don't think there was. There's no doubt about it, Miss Kira must have escaped through the passage leading under the Chamber of Fire. Although, from the looks of it, the judge doesn't have a clue that escape route even exists. I wish he'd hurry up and get the hint. I'm dying to take this helmet off already. The top of my head really itches. I know that feeling, Maya. I know that feeling. If I can move my arm, I'd be itching my head right now. Sorry, Maya. Take that thing off now and we're as good as done. Just hang in there a little while longer. Aww. Very well, witness. You may begin your testimony. Explain to the court how you are standing here in court today and why you are hiding at the crime scene. Alright, child, let's do it. What's going on with Miss Kira? I am not familiar with this Kira you keep talking about. I came from the Eldritch Woods. I came to this town to summon forth the fire dragon and kill the storyteller. As it rained, I waited near the bell tower, next to the vigilantes for my chance. I was only there to carry out my orders. I don't know anything else outside of that. You came here to kill the storyteller? Yes, that was my task. Kira, no.
Objection.
Keep in mind, this girl was not the one who summoned the fire dragon in the end. That was the accused. As I warned you earlier, there is nothing to be gained from this witch's testimony.
Objection.
Now hold on, she was still present at the scene of the crime with the intent to murder the storyteller. The defense insists we be permitted to continue with our cross-examination on those grounds. Darklaw is really trying to weasel her way out of this cross-examination. That means there has to be something there. Is Darklaw acting kinda dark sus? The dark sus of the law. I must admit, I too am extremely interested in hearing what this witness has to say. Defender, you may begin your interrogation. Alright, Miss Kira, let's see what you got. Cross-examination time. I am not familiar with this Kira you keep talking about. I came from the Eldritch Woods. You say you're not familiar with the name Kira? Yes, I've never heard of it before. I mean, Kira is from the anime... the Death Note, yes. There's a character named Kira in Death Note. I know who Kira is. Do you know who Kira is? But I say, that is your name, young lady. Honestly, what witchery is this? I have no name. I'm simply a resident of the Eldritch Woods. Nothing more. Eldritch Woods? The very same woods set to house the souls of the witches sent to the flames? Or are you telling me they really exist? No matter how you look at her, the Kira up on that witness stand doesn't look like much of a soul to me. The girl has lost all memory of ever being a flower seller. That is all. If that's the case, then I wonder if she even remembers our running back at the marketplace. Say, Miss Kira, do you happen to remember me at all? No, I do not know you. I first saw you just now at the bell tower. What is going on with Kira? She looks so sad and whatnot.
Hold it.
Did you just say fire dragon? Yes, it was all a part of my orders. I was told to come here this evening and wait for the right moment when the storyteller would appear before the people. Only then was I supposed to shout out the incantation as loudly as possible. Oh, great beast from the inferno, heed my call, Grand Worm! Winged Dragon Hurrah! I believe this bears repeating. The girl does not possess a scepter. It is impossible for her to summon any sort of magical dragon. Yes, quite right, High Inquisitor. Then why are you hiding underneath the bench, Your Honor? Now I see where the other judges get their courage from. They get their courage beneath the desk. Yes, well, it is as I thought then. She couldn't have cast a spell. I believe I have made it perfectly clear. This girl is not the Great Witch Bezella. Naturally, the Great Witch is that girl there, Spella Cantabella. There can be no other. What if the fire dragon did come out, though? As it rained, I waited near the bell tower, next to the vigilantes, for my chance. Hold it right there, Miss Kira. You snuck right past the vigilantes? Yes, that's right. My orders at that time were to... The girl is a witch. Therefore, something as simple as vanishing from sight, it's child's play. Isn't that right, witness? Yes, that is correct. Dark Law is influencing her. Why isn't anybody else seeing that? Aha, I remember now, just a few days ago. This girl used that very vanishing spell, the mirror if memory serves. The fire dragon shows up, it turns into Fire Emblem all of a sudden. Well, what are you gawking at, witness? I know, I almost said smell, I know. Dang it, how come people can catch that? I try to fix myself and it's like, Pixel, you said smell. Smelling kinda weird. Continue with your testimony. What was that just now? I could have sworn I just saw Kira's face turn even paler than normal. I was only there to carry out my orders. I don't know anything else outside of that.
Hold it!
Miss Kira, who exactly gave you your orders? I cannot say. And why is that? I am not to disclose the identity of the one who has given me my orders. That in itself is an order. How convenient. I am only supposed to carry out my orders. Nothing more. I do not know anything else. And besides, there is nothing more than that I can really do. Nothing more she can do. But hold on just a minute. Surely you are capable of using magic. You are a witch, are you not? I am not a witch. What did you just say? I cannot use magic. She can't use magic? I know, Blazing Ice, it happens all the time. Every time I try to make one mistake, the chat is always on my tail about that. My short, stubby tail every time. This girl is a witch. Every person in this courtroom knows that as a matter of fact. There can be nary a doubt. Doesn't look like there's much to work with. Even though she's just finished explaining everything, I still don't fully understand. Oh man, Nick, you don't think this Kira is actually some sort of crazy magical zombie, do you? Maya, you went through the same thing as Kira. Did you become a magical zombie? Oh yeah, I guess not, huh? You know what's weird, chat? Not once in this game we ever used Maya's Magatama. What happened to the Psycho Locks? I want Psycho Locks. Luke and I couldn't believe it was Kira when we ran into her in the marketplace. I mean, we thought for sure she was a goner back at the trial. I don't think I'm far off though. This Kira is way different than the old Kira. It looks like she doesn't remember a thing. She's almost like another person entirely. But what if that's just it, Maya? What if the Kira right here, right now, is the real Kira and the old Kira wasn't? The real Kira, huh? Yeah, and that's why I think I'm about to find something useful in her testimony. We can do this, Nick. I hope you're ready to slam on some desks because we're gonna do some serious pressing here. Okay, so I gotta keep on pressing, I guess. Alright, let's keep on pressing. Let's see if we'll find something else. You're not familiar with the name Kira? Yes, I've never heard it before. Okay, so it's the same thing. They're telling me to press because there's nothing I can present objections to right now. So I think it might be a very specific thing. Because she did say she's not a witch. But wait, hold on a second. How did she get through if she's not a witch? Can I press on this again? Hold it right there, Miss Kira. You snuck right past the vigilantes. Yes, that's right. My orders at that time were the girl is a witch. Therefore, something as simple as vanishing from sight is child's play. Isn't that right, witness? That is correct. Ah, I remember now, just a few days ago, this girl used that very vanishing spell. See, I said it right that time. The mirror if memory serves. Well, what are you gawking at, witness? Continue with your testimony. What was that just now? I could have sworn I just saw Kira's face turn even paler than normal. Wait a second. There's something not right. Oh, wait, there's something new now. There's something new. There's something not right about this testimony. So I was supposed to press everything, then come back to a certain testimony. I gotcha. It's just a hunch, but what should I do? Oh, we're pressing further on this. This is new. Miss Kira, I have one simple question for you. You stated earlier in your testimony that you snuck past the vigilantes guarding the bell tower and went right inside. Tell me, did you use the spell the mirror to get by them? Let's see what she says. That must certainly be the case. Had she not, she would surely have been spotted.
Objection!
But remember what she let slip just a moment or two ago. She denied being a witch and stated she cannot use magic. Therefore, if that's true, then you, Miss Kira, would not have been able to use the mirror at all.
Objection!
What a ridiculous argument. How else would this girl have been able to walk right into the bell tower unnoticed by the guards? Explain that.
Objection!
I have a better idea. How about we have the witness herself explain it to you? What do you say, Miss Kira? I am not a witch. She's fighting back, she's fighting back! And I cannot use magic. So then, exactly how were you able to ascend the bell tower without being noticed? Witness, amend your testimony this instant. Okay. Oh, Darklaw's not liking that. What's going on? There's gotta be another way she got into that bell tower unseen. But other than magic, I have no idea what could that be. Let's see what the amended testimony is. I was wearing the robe of invisibility, so no one was able to see me there. The robe of... Okay, Harry Potter. Wait just a second. Did you just say robe of invisibility? Yes, that is correct. A robe of invisibility? Surely you don't mean... a robe that can make one vanish from sight when worn? Yes, that is correct. What? Oh boy. Miss Kira, do you have that robe on you right now? I don't have it. Huh? That is... Wait, where'd she get the flower? Wait, she dropped... Wait a minute! Is that the robe we have now? Chad, I think that might be the flower-covered robe we have. I dropped it back at the bell tower. What the heck was that? Why was Kira looking over at Darklaw when she spoke just now? Oh. Are you listening to this farce, my lord? Surely you do not give any credence to this witness's testimony. Especially to this preposterous notion of a robe of invisibility. Indeed. I must say, witness, that is quite an unbelievable story.
Objection!
I don't think it's that crazy, Your Honor. What? If something like magic can exist, The chances of a robe of invisibility being real are pretty high, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
If such is the case, then how about you put your evidence where your mouth is? Prove that this robe of invisibility exists. Alright, and I stubbed the robe in my mouth. Prove it? What say you, Defender? Can you prove to the court that the robe of invisibility does in fact exist? Yes, I can, I got it. Yes, Your Honor, the defense believes it has evidence to prove the robe's existence. Why am I not surprised? A ridiculous defender only begets ridiculous arguments. I've gotta admit, an invisible robe does sound pretty far-fetched, even for Labyrinthia. But if there's even the slightest possibility this evidence is right, then I've gotta try it. Very well, Defender. Please show the court this evidence. Show us the piece of evidence that proves the existence of this robe. The Harry Potter books themselves, but it's this robe. Take that! There was, in fact, a robe dropped and left at the crime scene tonight. A robe? Miss Kira, that robe of invisibility that you mentioned earlier wouldn't happen to be this one right here, would it?
Objection!
It has flour, taste it. How ludicrous, you are trying to tell the court that is the robe of invisibility? Yeah, let me put it on right now. If it's really a robe of invisibility then, how is it that we can see it right now, dirty white spots and all? Ugh! Well, she's kinda got a point there. Oh hey, what if the robe actually disappears when you wear it? Give it here, Nick. Watch and wonders as Maya the Magnificent disappears right before your very eyes. Will she disappear? Let's see, chat. Wow, that is fashionable. That is fashionable. I'm not amazed that you're not invisible. I'm amazed how good it looks on ya. Maya looks good with a robe. Yeah, I'm amazed at how totally ridiculous you look. Oh my goodness. Hey, what gives? This thing must be busted or something. I didn't disappear at all. Well, that's not it. No. Tonight, at the bell tower, I was wearing that robe. What did you say? Oh, Kira's loose lips have slipped up something fierce. Order, I said order. But, how is that possible? The robe did not disappear at all just now. That's because of the white powder on it. It's usually not that dirty. Oh, you mean these spots here? Please don't tell me. Oh yeah. Patty totally unloaded an entire bag of flour onto those nights, remember? Not to mention, it was still raining when we were up there. The flour must have gotten nice and wet, so it stained the robe. Say, what if we try washing the flour off? No, you'll wash the invisibility off. Don't you remember, chat? If you wash the flour off, you'll also wash the magic off. No flour, no magic. There is a small water fountain at the edge of the square. Head there. Oh, the judge's face got zoomed in, chat. Look at that high definition face. Head there right now and wash the robe so that we can get to the bottom of this. Quickly now. People drink from there. People drink from there. They're gonna taste watery flour. Flowery water. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard. Take notes, Nick. This is how you do the laundry. See, all you have to do is throw the robe into the water like so. And then you strangle it. I want to know how to do laundry. Maya, teach me to do laundry. Wait, what? So, do you see anything, Maya? That's just it. I don't see a thing. It disappeared. The robe disappeared. What? I frantically took a close look at the water in the fountain, but the robe had actually vanished without a trace right there inside the fountain. Huh. Can somebody put it on so we can see headless, like bodiless people, just only heads? Defender. What is the meaning of this? How could you have lost such a vital piece of evidence? Your Honor, it wasn't on purpose. Trust me, I wish I knew how it happened. I can't believe it. The robe actually disappeared from sight. I don't quite know what you're talking about. I can still see the robe just fine. Huh? Look, it's right here. See, yep, there it is, chat. There it is right there. Can anybody see the robe right there? Let's take a look at the magical invisible robe right there. Alright, so the magical robe. You can't see it, are you sure? Alright, I'm gonna reveal it to everybody, alright? So here we go. The magical robe in 3, 2, 1. There it is. There's the magical robe, everybody. We found it. We found the magical robe. We found it! Yay! It's right here, see? No, Miss Kira, I really don't see. Because there's nothing to see. So, is that how it works? Putting the robe on makes you disappear completely from sight. But from the looks of it, only Kira is able to actually see the robe itself. And maybe Dark Law? It is not just me. It's all inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods. All of us can see the robe. The Eldritch Woods. Our village lies deep within the recesses of the forest, in a world much different from this one. That's where I live. As long as we obey the law of the land, we are allowed to live there. I knew it. There's definitely something different about Kira compared to the rest of the townspeople here. For the time being, seeing as only the witness can see the robe, we will cover it in flour again for the sake of visibility. Where'd they get the flour from? Alright, it's only visible to the inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods. They could have just put something else on it, but no, just get more flour. Steal the flour. But there's still one tiny thing bothering me. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna take a sip of water. It's almost an hour, and I need some water. Make sure you stay hydrated as well, chat. There's still one tiny thing bothering me. Miss Kira, your robe was found on the middle floor of the bell tower, the same floor where we found my client. However, you were hiding on the uppermost level of the bell tower. You testified a little while ago that you dropped your robe, but I have to wonder, what exactly were you doing there on that top floor? It would seem there is still much we must ask this witness. What say you, High Inquisitor Darklaw? 'Tis the Inquisition's duty to follow my lord's decision on such matters. I have no objections. Very well. Witness, you are hereby ordered to continue with your testimony. Tell us what happened between your sneaking up to the top floor of the bell tower and tonight's most terrible crime. Yes, okay. Chad, I feel sorry for Kira. I feel sorry for Kira. I was waiting on the middle floor of the tower. I started to turn around, but I was too late. They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained and the attacker covered my mouth. As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off my attacker. That's when I lost consciousness. I woke up to find myself next to the bell on the top floor of the tower. You pulled away something from your attacker? Witness, are you saying someone attacked you while you were in the bell tower? Yes, that is correct. But who? I don't know. They attacked me from behind, so I couldn't see who it was. So you were unconscious the entire time after that. That's why I wasn't able to complete my mission. But even if I hadn't been unconscious, I couldn't have done anything trapped high in the belfry like that. I wonder if that weird contraption we found there was used to move Kira up to the belfry. At least, I can't see any other way she could have got up there. You heard the witness. She was locked up in the belfry of the tower. In other words, she couldn't have had anything to do with tonight's events. Therefore, there is no need for this utterly useless interrogation.
Objection!
Not so fast. The witness also testified that someone attacked her tonight. Defender, are you implying that this attacker could have been Bazella? I cannot say for certain, Your Honor. Regardless, the defense request would be allowed to cross-examine the witness. Request granted. Now then, defender, you may begin your interrogation. And here's where the fun begins. Let's see if we can coax this mysterious second witch out of hiding. Who could the second witch be? Alright, chat, I'm gonna give you 3 choices. I want you to guess who it is. Is it Darklaw, or Pixel? Who is the second witch? I was waiting on the middle floor of the tower. I started to turn around, but I was too late.
Hold it!
So you weren't able to catch a glimpse of your attacker. Is that right, Miss Kira? Why are people saying me? What the heck? Yes, that's right. Not even a teeny bit. They attacked me from behind after all. Did I just hear correctly? It sounds like she hesitated in answering. By the way, may I ask why you turned around, Miss Kira? What? What do you mean? Well, it's just that you said you suddenly tried to turn around. Something must have really grabbed your attention to make you try to turn around so suddenly. I don't remember. I do think I heard a sound come from behind me. You're saying that you heard something and that's what made you turn around? Yes, but I don't have any recollection of what exactly that was. Darklaw's looking kinda sussy. They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained and the attacker covered my mouth. Was the person male or female? Or are you not sure? Male, female, non-binary, you know. I don't remember much. But I do know the person easily overpowered me. I remember they grabbed my left wrist. I tried to scream, but they quickly covered my mouth before I had a chance. I desperately tried to break their hold, but it was no good. It sounds like the attacker managed to restrict their movements from behind. As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off my attacker. What exactly did you pull off? I was still dazed at the time, so I can't remember it very well, but when I flung my hand up, I felt myself grab a small round object. I must have pulled it off without thinking. I felt whatever it was snap right off. Snap? Small thing? So, from what you're saying, it sounds like this could have been something that was on your attacker's person. I think so. I can still feel it, even now. It felt like I just snapped a piece of rope or something. Rope? Rope? You want it, my friend? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough evidence. I really wonder what that could have been. I think I would recognize the shape if I saw it. She'd recognize the shape if she saw it. If only we had something that could trigger her memory, then all we have to do is present it and we'd be in business. Yeah, tell me about it. You know, that might not be such a bad idea, Maya. Let's do it, we got it. If only we had that item, I know. If only we had the flippin' pendant. But we got it. Miss Kira, you stated that you felt yourself snap something off your attacker. Would that thing by any chance be this right here? Is it this thing right here? Oh, yes it is. That's it, I recognize that shape. That was the object I grabbed. What did you say? But that's the accuser's pendant, is it not? Not quite, Your Honor. There were actually two pendants like this. The one you see here is the counterpart to Miss Cantabella's pendant. Now that you mention it, I remember. The necklace was actually very tough. It really didn't rip right off so easily. So, I struggled against it, tugging and pulling at it for a bit, and I must have scratched her neck in the process. Wait a second, you mean you scratched your attacker's neck? Oh, we must look at all the necks. I think so, but I don't know for sure. Nick, in that case, that means the dark stuff on the necklace could be... Yeah, it could be the attacker's blood. Ah, so we gotta find a scratched up neck over here. As the court can clearly see, there are still traces of blood left on the necklace itself. However, take one good look at my client and you'll notice there are no visible scars or cuts of any kind around her neck. Ergo, there is no way Miss Cantabella could be Miss Kira's attacker.
Objection!
Nice try, defender. But I must stop you right there. Huh? Have you already forgotten what I told you? The Great Witch can use any spell in existence. She could have easily healed any such wound in the blink of an eye. Ugh. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I already miss Inquisitor Barnum. Chad, who here miss Inquisitor Barnum? Can we have Barnum back? Barnum! 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 Man, we really can't catch a break on this one, huh, Nick? Let us resume the interrogation. Witness, continue with your testimony. Yes, I will continue with my testimony. As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off my attacker. That's when I lost consciousness. I woke up to find myself next to the bell on the top floor of the tower. You say you lost consciousness? Yes. In fact, it actually felt a lot like magic. It was the first time I had ever experienced a magic spell quite like that. As I thought there was magic at play here, must I remind you that the Great Witch Bazella can use any and all magic with the snap of her fingers. Darklaw is just the worst Edgeworth? A female Edgeworth, but wait. Almost like Edgeworth, but what about first game, first case of Edgeworth, and then Edgeworth became a better character afterwards. The first sighting of Edgeworth. Edgeworth 1.0. The Edgeworth we have now is Edgeworth 3.0, so much better. Edgeworth went through a lot of updates. Indeed, such a spell does in fact exist. It was, oh blasted, what was it called again? Don't sweat it, Your Honor. Just leave it to me and my trusty old Grand Grimoire. I wonder, could Kira's attacker have actually been a witch? It really doesn't look like magic was used to knock her out, huh? Anyway, it looks like Kira is telling the truth. Still, she's definitely avoiding making eye contact, not to mention she seems extremely hesitant. There's no doubt about it. She's trying to keep something big from getting out. In that case, Nick, let's give it all we got and get to the bottom of this. Yeah, it really feels like there's a lot riding on this one, Maya. I was waiting on... Hold on, is one of these a bit different? They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained and it... Wait. There was nothing you can do. Your arm was restrained, but... Didn't you attack? She scratched the neck, right? She didn't mention the neck. She only mentioned I managed to pull something off, and that's when we got the updated pendant. But then she says there was nothing you could do. You lied. You injured the assailant. You did do something. I'm gonna try this. Objection! Miss Kira, there's something a little strange about your testimony just now. What did you say? Huh? You stated that you were attacked from behind and that the attacker grabbed you by the wrist, correct? Yes, that's right. Assuming that was in fact the case, then I'd say no matter how much you struggled, There's no way you would have been able to yank off this pendant, don't you think? The strap on this pendant is too short. There's no way you could have reached behind you and managed to pull it off. That is a good point. Miss Kira, the only way you would have been able to yank this pendant off your attacker is if they were standing directly in front of you. No! Order! Order, I say! Witness, is this true?
Objection!
The witness was the victim of a physical attack. It's only natural that she be a bit confused on some of the details.
Objection!
High Inquisitor, I wouldn't exactly call mistaken the location of your attacker being a bit confused. I call it more of a bare-faced lie. Bar-faced. Well now, Defender, I see you're as pathetically short-sighted as ever. Your argument is only valid assuming that this girl here actually saw her attacker. If she was not able to see this person, well, I'd say it make no difference where they were standing. Then that means the attacker was also wearing one of these robes? That is impossible, my lord. As the witness already stated earlier, only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see these robes. In short, the attacker must have been a witch and must have disappeared from sight with the use of magic. You must mean the Great Witch Bazella. There is one more thing proving the attacker to be a witch. And just what might that be? The witness has stated that she lost consciousness. If you take a look in the Grand Grimoire, you will notice a spell called Baneful. Baneful? Baneful, Fawful, like from Mario and Luigi, Fawful. Witness, allow me to ask you. Did you hear the incantation of this spell? Now that you mention it, I do remember hearing something like that. Say what? Oh boy. Here it is. Baneful causes those to hear the incantation to lose all consciousness. We must not forget the Great Witch can use any and all magic at will. Causes those who hear the incantation to lose all consciousness. Its effect takes hold the second the incantation is heard. But wait, if that's true, couldn't... Everybody who heard it, so it's like you whispered in somebody's ear and they go, ugh. Witness, amend your testimony to reflect this important piece of information. Yes, right away. Oh boy, I can't believe she managed to get out of that one. But still, I'm not about to give up just yet. There was something in my eye. I'll keep on going until we finally get to the bottom of who this attacker really is. Now then, let us continue with the interrogation. Alright, let's do it. I heard the incantation for Baneful, and before I could even turn around... Wait, before you could even... Wait, what do you mean before you could turn around? It's an instant sleep spell.
Hold it!
It's instantly sleep. How could you still turn around? You heard the incantation. Are you absolutely sure are you sure about that? Yes. There is no mistaking it. The attacker used magic to vanish from sight, went up the stairs, and then rendered the witness unconscious, also with magic. Clearly, this must be the work of none other than the Great Witch Bazella. It is no mere coincidence that the attacker was able to use such spells. This is certainly no ordinary witch. Afterwards, the witness's attacker carried her off. Naturally, that would require the use of both hands, one would think. Both hands? High Inquisitor? In other words, the witch would not have been able to hold a Telea Magica. Ah, right, and the only witch that doesn't need a scepter like that is Bazella. I see you have somehow managed to get that through your thick skull, Defender. Very well, continue, witness. But wait, hold on, chat. There's something weird about that first one, though. Like, isn't the spell, like, hold on, the Grand Grimoire. Yeah, instant sleep spell. What do you mean before I could turn around? It's instant sleep, right? I'm gonna try it.
Objection!
Instant! Instant doesn't mean like minutes later, it's instant. Miss Kira, I have watched you at that witness stand this entire trial, desperately trying to keep something hidden from the rest of the court. I wonder if you're familiar with the saying, a lie begets more lies. Well, thank you, Ace Attorney. It means multiple lies are bound to unravel and leave your story with more holes than Swiss cheese. Get to the point, Defender. According to the Grand Grimoire, Baneful causes a person to lose all consciousness. Is written here in black and white. It is written. Only Link can lose consciousness. Its effects take hold the second the incantation is heard. Miss Kira, you testified as follows. You heard the incantation for Baneful and immediately became aware of the presence of your attacker. You then put up a fight. But, if you really did hear that incantation, there's no way you would have been able to yank that pendant off her from your assailant. Oh boy, we're getting her. We got her. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? The meaning is that Miss Kira didn't actually hear the incantation like she claims she did. But then why? Why on earth was this girl unconscious? Kira was definitely knocked out by whoever attacked her. And when she woke up, she found herself up on the top floor of the bell tower. It's possible Miss Kira was rendered unconscious by some other kind of sleeping spell, something other than magic, another witch. I'm gonna say she was knocked out by force, so something other than magic. The answer here is obvious. Something other than magic must have knocked her out.
Objection!
And what, may I ask, makes you so certain of that? Is it not possible that another spell could have been used?
Objection!
We found out only Baneful exists, right? That's just not possible. You of all people should know that. What? Miss Kira's claim that she heard someone say the incantation is completely false. Even so, that wouldn't be too much of a problem if she actually had heard an incantation. That's right. However, going by her testimony, that can't have been the case. The only spell capable of making someone lose consciousness is Baneful. Isn't that right, High Inquisitor Dark Law? Defender, are you claiming there is another way besides magic that could have been used to render Miss Kira unconscious? Yes, it's called a big bonk to the head. A boot to the head. There's only one other thing that crossed my mind. I'm speaking, of course, about sleeping medicine. Sleeping medicine? If you remember, Miss Kira stated that the attacker covered her mouth before she could Oh. In doing so, the attacker was able to administer a potent sleep medicine, thus putting Miss Kira out like a light. Indeed. That does make sense. Therefore, Your Honor, the attacker did not necessarily have to be Bazella. I mean, why would an all-powerful being capable of commanding any and all magic need to resort to drugging someone?
Objection!
Hold it right there, Defender. They managed to sneak past the guards and make their way up into the bell tower. Clearly, they must have used magic to appear invisible.
Objection!
You don't need magic to make yourself disappear, High Inquisitor. Throw this on and getting past those guards at the tower is a piece of cake. The robe of invisibility. But despite all that, there's still one glaring problem. Miss Kira. Yes? You admitted to the court earlier that you were attacked from the front, correct? If that's the case, then there's only one possible conclusion we can draw. You, Miss Kira, were entirely capable of seeing your attacker's face. Why is that? I didn't. It's simple. You even said it yourself. Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see this robe. That means, Miss Kira, there is a piece of this puzzle only you could possibly know. Only you can tell us the identity of the person who entered the bell tower and attacked you tonight. Are we getting somewhere, Chad? Are we getting somewhere? I can't tell you. No matter what happens, I just can't tell you, no matter what. You see, everyone, this witness has been covering up for someone from the very start of this trial. What? But luckily for us, we won't be needing any more Miss Kira's testimony. Because the answer is staring us right in the face. Oh, is this it? I'm speaking, of course, about the true identity of Miss Kira's attacker. All the clues so far point to this one person. Defender, I take it you are prepared to prove such a serious accusation? Wait, Dark Law? I was gonna say Maya. I am. Alright, it looks like it all comes down to this. Now we'll finally see who's been pulling the strings this whole time. Very well, Defender, tell the court. Who was the one responsible for attacking the witness and locking her up on the top floor of the bell tower? It was Dark Law.
Take that!
The answer is obvious, Your Honor. It was you! High Inquisitor Dark Law! What? Order! Order in the court! Inconceivable! There's no way! I must say, Defender, your courage is impressive, however reckless you may be. Accusing a High Inquisitor is no small feat, I assure you. However, with serious accusations come serious consequences. One small misstep, and I will personally see that you never set foot in this courtroom ever again. Mark my words, Defender. I understand. My, how confident. Let us see if that confidence of yours is well justified. Miss Kira's attacker drugged her with sleep medicine. It likely took no more than a few seconds for her to lose consciousness. The medicine must have been very potent. True. After all, its effects appear somewhat similar to magic. There's only one person I can think of in all Labyrinthia who can supply you with that kind of medicine. Sir Newton Belduke.
Objection!
Defender, you are aware that Sir Belduke has been deceased for over 3 months now, are you not? That's a fact I'm well aware of, believe me. While he was still alive, Sir Belduke provided the citizens of this town with a variety of medicines for whatever ailed them. But it wasn't all just medicine. He also created some very dangerous concoctions. That's why, after he passed away, all of his medicines and creations were confiscated. Confiscated? Inquisitor Barnum said as much in the last witch trial. Barnum, I love you. The victim was an alchemist after all. We were hoping the items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. The only person with access to them is the High Foreshadowing! Foreshadowing! Saku! Ugh.
Objection!
So, because I have access to the medicine, I must be the one that used it. Is that what you were getting at, Defender? That's right. Unfortunately for you, I would hardly call that proof. You said it yourself. Sir Belduke concocted a plethora of dangerous medicines in his efforts to assist the people of the town. He was well known for this fact, a fact that he no doubt was none too pleased with. As such, it is highly likely that those same dangerous substances are still scattered throughout the town. And therefore, Defender, it is entirely possible that the corporate was able to get their hands on such dangerous medicine. Hold on, gonna sip some more drink. Cool. Indeed. Long has Sir Beldrick's medicine played an active part in maintaining the health of this town's citizens. There is plenty of reason to believe some of his more dangerous medicines still remain within Labyrinthia. A piece of advice, Defender. The next time you speak in court, I recommend you try procuring some real evidence before spouting such idiotic accusations. If you fail to do so, your next words will be uttered to the flames. Figures. I knew she wouldn't take that argument sitting down. Both High Inquisitor Darklaw and Inquisitor Barnum are the very harbingers of justice within Labyrinthia. Raising such an accusation against either one of them without valid reason will result in the most severe punishment. What does he mean by the most severe punishment? I think the judge is saying that if I don't start making a case, we're gonna be paying Sir Beldrick a visit real soon. Oh, I hope he's doing alright though. It's not like he's gone for that long. I need to present some decisive evidence and fast. I'm pretty sure I should be able to do that much. High Inquisitor Darklaw is the attacker, and the one thing that proves it is a piece of evidence. The thing is, I don't think any of these will help though. Someone's profile. At the same time, the pendant? No, it needs to be proved that she's the attacker, but could it be the pendant? I mean, it does have... Oh wait, we can link the pendant to the scratch. And if Darklaw has a scratch on her neck, we can try that. I'll try the pendant. Your Honor, the defense has decisive evidence linking the High Inquisitor with tonight's crime. Evidence, you say? You seem rather certain, Defender. She might have a scar, that's right. Very well, here's your chance to present this so-called evidence. Show the court the piece of evidence that connects High Inquisitor Darklaw to tonight's crime. The pendant. This is the pendant worn by the attacker and pulled off by the witness, is it not? That's right, Your Honor. But more than that, this pendant has left us a pretty important clue. High Inquisitor! The pendant is connected to another clue still present somewhere on your person. Oh wait, chat. Her hand! If Apollo Justice was here, we'd be using that bracelet so much? On me? I must admit I do not know where you are going with this, Defender, but please point out this clue to the court. Show us this clue supposedly still on the High Inquisitor's person. Where could it be? Where could it be? Where could it be? Can I move it? Oh, I gotta use the touchscreen. I was moving this. I was moving. Oh, there we go. Where is it, Darklaw? Huh? Where is it? Right there on the neck area. Got it. Her mouth. The High Inquisitor's neck? You don't mean... Miss Kira yanked this pendant off her attacker's neck. Take a look at the necklace. It still has a bit of blood left on it. According to her earlier testimony, when Miss Kira pulled at the necklace, she supposedly felt herself scratch the attacker's neck. Is that correct, Miss Kira? Yes. By the way, chat, I just heard crickets and I'm like, wait, why do we hear crickets? Oh wait, it's an outside court. I keep thinking we're inside. Therefore, the attacker should still have a mark on their neck from having been scratched. Oh. Would you mind letting the court take a look at your neck, High Inquisitor Darklaw? I'm pretty sure that underneath that high collar, we'll find exactly the mark we're looking for. Unless, of course, you were able to get rid of it with magic. I love that zoom in. Most impressive. Oh. What? I have to say, Defender, you've managed to finally hone that dull blade of yours into something of use. You are correct. There is in fact a mark on my neck that I did receive tonight. What? What? Lady Darklaw. What is the meaning of this? Does that mean that Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch? Your Honor. Yes, I see you're still here, Defender. Your Honor, I know you're shocked and everything, but come on, work with me here. Was he expecting me to, like, disappear immediately? Your Honor, the defense would like to call High Inquisitor Darklaw to the witness stand. What did you just say? Then who's taking the stand? Who's the prosecutor then? It's quite clear that the High Inquisitor has some connection to what transpired tonight. And what's more, there is a chance that she used her position of authority as High Inquisitor to frame my client as the Great Witch. But never in all my years as judge of this court has an Inquisitor been asked to take the stand in the middle of a trial. Well, we're gonna have to make some history here. We're finally gonna find the truth, Your Honor. Even so, this trial cannot continue any further without an Inquisitor. Hey, in that case, how about you get Inquisitor Barnum remains incarcerated in the underground dungeons for the crime of treason against the storyteller. I don't think he will be able to make it to this party. No way. Most regrettable, Defender. This whole thing is hopeless. Wait, Phoenix walking around? Unless Darklaw takes to the witness stand, I can see his legs. I can see his 3D legs. Espella will be done for, and the truth along with her. But on the other hand, without an Inquisitor on the other side, the trial can't continue, and the outcome would end up the same. What should I do?
Hold it.
What? No! No! No!
I believe I can fill that role.
Professor, wait.
We're gonna see Prosecutor Layton? Oh my,
I can
Inquisitor
prove
Layton!
conclusively that Espella Cantabella is, in fact, the Great Witch Bazella.
Oh my goodness, you're right,
Now,
the name
Mr.
of the game
Wright,
makes sense.
The time has come at last.
It's Professor
to
Layton
settle
versus
this
Phoenix
once and for all.
Wright! Oh my goodness! But wait, you're
We've been
telling
waiting for the professor to show up.
Wait, you've been telling me, chat. You've been telling me that the name of the game takes place at the end, really? That was a rip. There was no verses. Oh, we had to wait until the end to see the verses.
If there was
That was a long
anyone who could find some
tutorial.
decisive evidence to win this thing, it was him.
That was the longest tutorial to get to the fight.
However, he ended up standing behind the Inquisitor's bench.
Oh
The
my
professor wasn't on our
goodness.
side here. I had to wonder, what the heck was going to happen?
What is going to happen? To be continued. Chat. This is driving me bananas right now. What is going on? There are so many things going on right now. It's insanity. Shall we move on, though? We are continuing. Let's
Professor.
go.
But what are you doing?
What
We
am
are
I
finishing
doing,
tonight,
Mr.
no
Wright?
argument.
Yeah, you were supposed to show up with some decisive evidence and save the day, Professor.
I'm afraid my only concern here
Oh, it is
the
so...
truth.
It is so weird seeing Layton take the stand on the other side. Look at this. It's so weird seeing him by himself.
The truth?
the truth behind the real identity of the Great Witch, Espella Cantabella. If seeking the truth requires us to stand on opposite sides of the courtroom, then so be it. I expect you to defend Miss Cantabella with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
And we will, but chat, I'm gonna take a small restroom break. I gotta use the restroom real quick just to make sure we get extra ready, alright? So take this time to hydrate and whatnot. I'll be right back. Chat, you think we're gonna finish tonight? Are we finishing tonight or are we finishing tonight? Just give me 1 second. I gotta make the room a bit cooler. Because holy heck, it is very hot out there. It is super hot out there. I walk outside my room and it's like a flippin' sauna going on right now. But I gotta make sure my computer stays cool. I don't want it to burn up and overheat. But alright, let's do it. Because in the future, I gotta upgrade my computer, but that's money I gotta save up for anyway. Unless people in Twitch want to help me. Just joking, but let's move on. We're gonna finish this game tonight, chat. No ifs, ands, or buts. This game is being done tonight. We are doing it, and we're doing it live. Let's go. Court is now back in session. Are you prepared, High Inquisitor? So long as I remain on the witness stand, I am no longer High Inquisitor. Simply Darklaw will suffice. Oh, thank goodness, I don't have to say High Inquisitor Darklaw so many times. Miss Darklaw, I'd like to just confirm something. A moment ago, we established that you were, in fact, present at the bell tower during the time of the incident. That makes a total of 3 people at the scene. It would appear that was the case. However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards. With the help of this right here. The robe of invisibility. In other words, there is every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight. Lady Darklaw, while I cannot believe you would deceive us in such a way, I ask that you tell the court what happened at the time of the incident. Very well. Oh, I'm running out of snacks. I'm running out of, like, Slim Jims to eat. But alright, let's do it. The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing any one of those vigilantes to see me. I climbed the stairs up to the bell tower, and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them. You apprehended the intruder? While I hold the position of High Inquisitor, there are often times when I must partake in various secret tasks, unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia. One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller. Security? As such, there is nothing odd nor sus about my actions tonight. I see. Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. Layton is ready, isn't he? Layton's like, wait, I have to hear Layton say objection. The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss. Sorry about that. Nothing was amiss? You mean there was no immediate threat to the storyteller, right? Now you tell me, Defender. Surely you remember the final part of the story. You must mean the part about the storyteller's death. There is little possibility of changing the outcome of what has already been written in the story. However, there are still those who would challenge the story and make an attempt at changing the inevitable. That is what I too think. What's up, Maya? Did you notice something? You could say that. It's just, look at Kira. She's been looking down at the dumps ever since the start. Oh, right, Kira. I honestly forgot she was still. Aww. Poor Kira. Not only that, she looks sort of scared too. You're right. We can't afford to forget about her. I wonder if Kira has anything else she could tell us. Oh, okay. I gotta remember to question her the second I see an opening. Ooh, okay, gotcha. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate. Those must have been Miss Kira's footsteps from when she snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed, the ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right. According to the vigilante's testimony. Oh boy, her. They thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers. Okay, so this part wasn't a fever dream. That actually did happen. Oh my goodness. That's right. Her footprint would have contained the mark where her silhouette had been. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no heel mark at all. And you stepped inside those footprints on your way up to the stairs, so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct? Exactly. At that time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of the utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there. Had the townspeople noticed your presence there, it would undoubtedly have raised some sus. Indeed, so naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints. I see a clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself. Is there anything off about her testimony just now? There's nothing wrong, something very wrong. What if I choose something very wrong? Miss Darklaw, I just noticed something in your testimony that's very relevant to the case. The defense requests you amend your testimony. You just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you? The Inquisition has no objections. Very well, the witness will amend her testimony. There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footprints to them as far as possible. Miss Darklaw, what was your reason for going up into the bell tower alone? It is as I said earlier. I was in the town square to make sure the area was secure. Okay, but surely you had some inkling that Bazella might have been lurking around there somewhere, right? Wouldn't it have been a lot better if you went into the bell tower with some backup from the vigilantes? Defender, you witnessed the summoning of the fire dragon with your own eyes, did you not? 10 more people on my side against a power such as that would only mean 10 more lives lost. She's got a point there. And besides, even if those 10 had been with me, their combined strength is nary that of even Barnum's annoying mutt. No objections here. Ah, Constantine. Say, Nick, about Darklaw's testimony, I think I noticed something kind of fishy. Yeah, me too. It'd probably be a good idea to give the court record another check. Okay, so there's something sus about this one. Oh, let's go check again. There was no heel on the footprint, so you ascended the stairs. You was careful to match your footprints to them. Hold on, maybe the footprint sketch? There was no heel. No. Wait, there was no heel in the footprints, but there's a heel right there. If there was no heel, then shouldn't the footprints look a bit more muddier than usual? They're looking a bit off, so I'm gonna say an objection to that. What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. There was no heel. So tell me, Miss Darklaw, are these your footprints in this sketch? It would appear so. I would never mean to offend the hard work of Labyrinthia's vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine and mine alone. Okay. When you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction. What? What did you say? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel, so you tried to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind, you can clearly see that not only is the heel present, but so is the entire foot. If you were trying so hard to step on the footprints already there, then the footprints in this sketch shouldn't have heel marks. That is very true, although I do not think such a small detail is of much importance in the long run. I agree, it is a small detail, Your Honor, but that's not all I noticed. There was something very telling about Miss Darklaw's testimony. Telling, you say? She stated that she stepped on to the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now, there's something strange there. Specifically, why were these footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection.
Mr. Wright. Yes, Professor? Tell me, can you show the court why this seemingly minor detail is odd? I can't exactly do that at the moment. Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if it is an issue, then what exactly are the implications? That above all is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time. There he goes again, flexing that amazing brain of his. What is it, Miss Kira? Oh. It's nothing really. What the heck was that about? It looked like Kira definitely had something she wanted to say just now. It would appear the witness has nothing to add. Lady Darklaw, will you please continue with your testimony? Of course. Kira. Anyway, Darklaw shouldn't be able to explain her way out of trouble much longer. There's gotta be something more to those footprints, but what? I had my own reasons for not allowing any one of those vigilantes to see me. And what were those reasons? They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something I was to carry out at that particular time. Did it perhaps have something to do with what was already decided upon in the story? The storyteller's words is absolute. Therefore, any and all those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately. Oh! Questioning time! Excuse me, Miss Kira? Witness! Yes! figure she really doesn't remember her own name. You seem to be deep in thought about something. Did you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony? No, I'm sorry. Nothing in particular. It's just, I'm a little disappointed in myself. Disappointed? I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured. Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die as was foretold, did he not? Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol, 10 to be exact. I was very nervous. You must be talking about the vigilantes. Just relax, you'll be fine so long as you're wearing this robe, I kept telling myself. Little did I know I was wrong. But none of this would have happened if I was just a little bit more careful. Enough. I would be thinking more about atoning for your past crimes and less about what could have been if I were you. Is there anything wrong with Kira's testimony? I'm gonna give it a shot. There's something odd about it. Hold on 1 second. About your testimony, Miss Kira. You were thinking to yourself that so long as you had your robe on, you would be fine. Yes. That's right, I was. So basically, you were wearing the robe the whole time. You were on the top floor of the bell tower, is that right? Yes, I had it on the entire time. That is, until I was attacked. Then my robe was ripped off by the wind. Miss Kira, this is the first time we've heard any mention of this info. Is that so? I think I might have just forgotten. Your Honor, perhaps we should update this piece of evidence in the court record. Right you are. Alright. It was worn by her, but it was blown away by the wind? Darklaw. Updated robe report, oh my goodness. Now we need salary cutting sounds. We're at the salary cutting sounds. Darklaw, please continue your testimony. That smug face of her, she's so smug. Why is she so smug, chat? Why is she so smug? I climbed the stairs up the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them.
Hold it!
But wait. Do you think it could have been the Great Witch Bazella? I mean, the thought must have crossed your mind. Surely you anticipated some sort of resistance. While I hate to admit this, I allowed myself to act rashly without first considering the circumstances. So the second I noticed their presence, I took action. Never did I imagine the intruder would have as much strength as they did. Perhaps I should have gathered more forces to accompany me. However, at the time, I was not thinking straight. Lincoln is a product. What? I assumed any additional help would not be necessary. But Lady Darklaw, through your quick thinking and judgment, you still managed to successfully catch the suspect. Suspect. Unfortunately, my lord, it wasn't nothing more than pure luck. Exceptional results can only be obtained through exceptional thinking. CV, stop it. Don't you think? Why are you looking at me when you say that? But wait, hold on a second. Looks like that's all we're getting out of her for now. You know, if Darklaw was just going into the bell tower to arrest some intruder, then I wonder why she didn't just come out and say that to begin with. Simple, that info was on a strictly need-to-know basis. Need-to-know basis, huh? That sort of secrecy is pretty common, but usually they've got to have a reason for not disclosing the info to begin with. Darklaw was hiding this info for a reason. That's why we need to find out exactly what she was doing in that tower. I've got to get her to tell us. Hey Nick, is it me or do you feel like we're being watched? Well, it's not Layton that's watching us. He put his hat down. Yeah, tell me about it. I wonder what's up with the professor. Something must have happened. There's no way he'd turn on us like this. The professor has been very quiet so far. But surely he must have noticed there's something that just doesn't add up with Darklaw's testimony. Anyway, there's bound to be something in this testimony that we can use. We just have to make sure we comb this thing from top to bottom for any contradictions. That's right. I think it was the last one though. It is the last one. You think Layton is luring us into a trap? I think so too. You know Layton, he's got a lot of tricks in his hat. It's this one here. Remember, Kira said that she had the robe on at all times. So, Darklaw, how could you see her? How could you see their back turned if, you know, she was supposed to be invisible? Because if you are a witch, that does not help your case. Objection! So the person you saw when you entered the bell tower was actually Miss Kira. The only problem with that is that it would have been impossible. What are you talking about, Defender? Miss Kira, or should I say, the witness, stated that while she was waiting on the upper floor of the tower, she was wearing her invisibility robe. Therefore, there is no way Miss Darklaw would have been able to see the witness. Oh, you're quite right. Anyone wearing this robe becomes invisible. Right, but there is just one particular group that can see anyone dressed in this robe. And who is that exactly? Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see the robe. If you're from the Eldritch Woods, then you'll have absolutely no problem seeing this thing.
Objection.
So what you're saying, Mr. Wright, is that Miss Darklaw here actually hails from the Eldritch Woods, is that correct? And that she knew this girl prior to tonight. That's right, Professor. What? What is this? Oh, Dragon Quest remake, I can't wait. I gotta play more Dragon Quest on this channel, chat, I gotta. A most impressive display, Mr. Wright. However, there is one detail that you appear to have overlooked. Something I overlooked? You say Darklaw saw something she should not have been able to see. However, the truth is that there is one other possibility as to what occurred tonight. Did he just say what I think he said? It's rather easy to work out. Quite simply, the witness was not wearing the robe in the first place. What are you talking about, Inquisitor? This witness has proven her memory of tonight's events to be quite unreliable. I believe that by the time she climbed the bell tower, she had in fact already removed her robe. What? 'Tis as you say, Inquisitor. As you can see, Defender, your assertion is mere speculation at best. Your little witness here has been lying to the court the entire time. It's as simple as that. That's enough. Miss Kira? Lady Darklaw, how? How could you? How could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us? Oh, Kira's like, no, get me out from under this bus. I'm throwing you under, Darklaw. Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this? Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldritch. Oh, we getting there. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks. What? Oh, Kira don't want to be thrown under that bus anymore. This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Her words cannot be taken seriously. People of Labyrinthia, I ask you, what am I, if not a loyal daughter of this fair town? No! You're lying, Lady Darklaw! When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. She is speaking back, though. She is speaking back. Lady Darklaw, you... You were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember? What nonsense. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak right by those makeshift guards. It was not the most demanding of tasks for someone like me. Yes, you're right. That would be true. If you've been sneaking around by yourself. By yourself? Witness, explain yourself. Enough. Listen to me and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to it that this court will be the last place in which you ever set foot. It matters not. The end is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now. Miss Kira, you're saying that Miss Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident tonight? That's right. Lady Darklaw was wearing the invisibility robe, and underneath that robe was a young girl passed out. Aspella! Oh! What? A girl? Could that be? Yes, it was the very same girl imprisoned inside that cage up there. You mean... Aspella Cantabella? Oh my goodness. Chat, I just am. Order. So the accused was carried up the bell tower. My lord, there is nothing left for me to say. 'Tis the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe?
Objection.
The way he shakes his head, no. Darklaw, you of all people should be aware that this isn't a matter of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those are words that carry no meaning here. The only thing that carries any meaning here within the courtroom is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? Yes, absolutely, Professor. Well now, things are beginning to heat up a little, are they not? Fine, tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion? Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower? From the looks of it, Miss Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret, but she couldn't deal with all of Darklaw's denials and finally found the guts to chime in. I can't let Kira's effort go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way. I'm gonna find the truth. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Miss Darklaw did in fact carry my client up the tower. Oh goodness. Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. Show us the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower. Oh, wait. Hello, Mistletoe. Welcome to the... Misto? Whatever. Welcome to the stream. How do you do? But it has to be the footprint. It's gotta be the footprint. That's where it all comes back to. It all comes back to the footprint. There was something in your testimony just now that I'm not buying. And that's the footprints that were left at the bell tower. Did I not just finish admitting that those were my footprints? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. There was no heel on the footprint, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them as far as possible. However, the reality is, the footprints pictured in the sketch actually do contain a heel. This means something must have prevented you from being able to tiptoe along the footprints that were already there. Prevented? Ah, you mean... That's right, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw, when you climbed up the bell tower tonight, you must have been carrying Miss Cantabella on your back, is that correct? If you remember, it rained quite heavily tonight. That means the stairs must have been quite slippery. With your two hands occupied carrying my client, there would be no safe way for you to tiptoe up the stairs without falling. That right there is the truth behind the staircase. Ever heard of anyone tiptoeing with someone on their back? I mean, you could, but you break your toes. You break your toes instantly. Lady Darklaw, you... Fine. I admit it. It is as you say. I donned a robe and made my way up the tower. But I was not alone. I carried both Espella Cantabella and her little friend up the tower with me. Not if you work those toe muscles. Alright, I gotta do push-ups with my toes next time. Little friend? That black-furred creature of hers, the thing is nary ever a second from her side. Eve! Oh, she must mean Eve. When I arrived at the top of the tower, I saw this girl already there and called out to her. I was very shocked to see the mistress show up in person like that. The girl's presence was an inconvenience, so I immediately put her to sleep. Believe it or not, it's just like you said, Defender. I used what remained of Belduke's medicine to put the girl out of the picture. And that's when Miss Kira put up a fight and pulled this pendant right off your neck, correct? That's right. I cannot fathom it. Yeah, there we go. That would mean this pendant actually belongs to you, Lady Darklaw? Now we got it. It's Darklaw's pendant. We connected it. It's connected, chat. I just have one question, Miss Darklaw. Why? Why take Espella up the bell tower? Why render her unconscious? And why go through the trouble of sneaking past the guards? What exactly was your aim in all of this? I am in no way obliged to answer that question, Defender. What? What makes you say that? Simple. None of this has any relevance to the case at hand. That is why.
Objection!
Miss Darklaw, you rendered the witness unconscious and locked her up at the top of the bell tower. I say that is more than a little relevant.
Objection!
That shake. That head, no. Your Honor, if I may. The Inquisition believes the defense's question to be irrelevant to the current case. Professor, what are you saying? It would seem the defense has forgotten a very important point. Namely, the point of this, Mr. Wright. Huh? The aim of this trial is to find the identity of the Great Witch Bezella. Whether or not Miss Darklaw locked the witness at the top of the bell tower is hardly relevant to the purpose of this trial. But... There is one thing that is very clear. Neither Miss Darklaw nor this witness could have possibly be Bezella. What? If either one of the two were Bezella, then there would be no need for them to have used this robe of invisibility. They cannot use any magic, therefore it is inconceivable that either of them could be the Great Witch. A rather straightforward argument if there ever was one. At the time of the incident, there were 3 people present. Of those 3, 2 used the robe of invisibility to vanish from sight, leaving only one person, indeed, Ms. Cantabella. With this in mind, the larger question is, who is Bezella? Is that not obvious? The accused, Espella Cantabella, is the only possible answer. Besides, the accused's voice was heard by all the townspeople chanting the spell Grandworm.
Objection!
Not so fast. I happen to think these witnesses are extremely relevant to this trial. Did you forget about Miss Kira? She supposedly took a one-way trip into that pit of fire over there. And yet, here she is in one piece, testifying that she returned in order to kill the ruler of Labyrinthia, the storyteller. Then there's Miss Darklaw, who rendered the defendant unconscious and proceeded to transport up the bell tower. I'd say there's more than enough reason to investigate who these two really are. Only to discover that they are not, in fact, the Great Witch Bezella. I'm saying there's a possibility that these two are somehow related to Bezella. The court will now announce its thoughts on the matter. I must say what Inquisitor Layton has stated certainly does ring true. However, Lady Darklaw, I have one question I must ask you. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish here tonight? I assure you, it was not my intent to deceive the good citizens of Labyrinthia. However, I must now reveal the truth to you all. Oh boy. What did she say? You don't think Lady Darklaw is in league with the witches, do you? She can't be. She was the one that sought that other witch's demise. Lady Darklaw, are you saying that you're... That's right, my lord. I am a shade. A shade? Oh, from the Eldritch Woods? Lady Darklaw, will you please tell the court exactly what you mean when you say shade? Yes, of course. I grow weary of standing behind this bench. I will tell you all I can. What the heck is she trying to pull? Why testify about something that could potentially undermine your credibility? Alright, let's do it. Shades. Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them, I am known as the Great Witch. Those that are put to the flames in the witch trials become shades, who live their lives in the woods. We exist to carry out tasks given to us by our mistress, the Great Witch ourselves. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit. What on earth, High Inquisitor Darklaw? Do you mean to say that not only are you a witch, but that you're the Great Witch? Unbelievable. Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch? The Great Witch? Doesn't that mean she's Bazella? That's right. Lady Darklaw is Bazella. I do hope you have not forgotten what we established only moments ago. It is not possible for Miss Darklaw to be Bazella. But Inquisitor Layton, surely the testimony just now proves it. I am afraid that in the heat of such revelations, you have all misheard the information. 'Tis pointless. This is the extent of what the people of this town will believe. I believe the truth will become clear during our cross-examination. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? Oh boy, chat, let's do it. Defender, you may begin your interrogation. What will we get from here? Will we expose her for what she really is? Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them, I am known as the Great Witch. Great Witch? Yes, that's right. However, I am not Bazella. The mistress to those who dwell in the Eldritch Woods is dubbed the Great Witch. Even if I wanted to be Bazella, I couldn't. As the ever-so-charming Inquisitor stated earlier, I cannot use magic. Miss Darklaw, I have one question. What do you mean by live outside the realm? I mean just that, Inquisitor. We truly do live in a realm separate from this town. Now surely one as intelligent as yourself has worked out the answer by now, no? Perhaps. That remains to be seen, Miss Darklaw. Regardless, 'tis something we cannot discuss with anyone. But it is something that the defense should be able to prove. That almost sounds like a challenge. By the way, Miss Darklaw, since you're not actually a witch, why do you continue to be called that? To answer that, I must first discuss the true identity of the Shades. Those that are put to the flames in the witch trials become shades who live their lives in the woods. So you're saying that the Kira here right now is a shade version of the Kira from before? Indeed, Defender. The girl has no recollection of her life prior to living in those woods. But then explain Maya, why is she fine? What manner of witchery is this? Why, this girl, Kira the flower seller, was cast straight to the flames before our very eyes. That's right, Your Honor. But as you can see, she didn't die. Maya was running away. Oh, that's true. Yes. You see, there's actually a trick to the incineration device in the witch's court. A trick? Once the verdict has been delivered, the court attendants move the steel cage into position, after which it seals shut. I love a slideshow. This slideshow is amazing, chat. Then, the cage is dropped down into a pit of fire. The bottom of the cage then opens, allowing the witch inside to escape unharmed into an underground passage. If what you're saying is true, Defender, then what of this town's witch purging history? What has been the purpose of all this? You and the knights have indeed been ridding Labyrinthia of witches. However, nary a single life has been taken in the process. That is the reality. All the witches have become shades. But you cannot truly expect me to believe such a ridiculous notion. Your Honor, it's true! Oh. Take a good hard look. It doesn't get any more alive than this! It's you! Oh my goodness, it's I am May! It's her! Well, it's actually Maya Fey, your forgetfulness. What the heck are you doing? Everyone's gonna recognize you! Yeah, but seeing is believing, Nick. Now they have to believe you! Do you see? Are you satisfied? All those found guilty in the witch trials lose their names, magic, and memory. They are then sent to spend their lives as shades in the Eldritch Woods. And the mistress of those shades is the Great Witch. As you can see, this girl too has become a shade. I mean, I would love to see that cutscene where she's like tossing everything aside and Phoenix is the one wearing them all. Like she just tosses them onto Phoenix and Phoenix wears the helmet, the coat, all that stuff. I have no more words to express my utter disbelief at this situation. That's enough. Now we return to the testimony. Why do I have the feeling things are going to get a lot worse? Because they are. We exist to carry out tasks given to us by our mistress, the Great Witch herself. These tasks you mention, were you acting on them this evening? Well, not morning. Yes, I was told to come here and become Bezella. Wait just a moment, witness. Did you just say become Bezella? A very late morning. My, how absolutely dreadful. Why would anyone be given such a terrible task? Where have these shades come from? Order! Order! I'm sorry, I don't know why I was given such a task. Hold on, chat. Just snacking down a bit. It's gonna be a long stream, so I need to snack up with whatever I got left. All I can do is follow the orders I'm given. If I can do that, then I can return. Wait, what do you mean you can return? Such is the nature of the shades. Neither human nor witch. Theirs is an existence spent in the shadows. Each of the shades is given specific tasks. Then, upon successfully completing such tasks, they are allowed to return to Labyrinthia as brand new people. But Lady Darklaw, how can they return as brand new citizens? When we already know who they were. For instance, we all recognize the former flower seller standing before us. Now that, my lord, remains a secret, but a secret you will come to understand sooner rather than later. Simply baffling. The one who gives us our tasks is the Great Witch. That will be you, Lady Darklaw. Oh magnificent one. While this explanation is wrought with much I cannot comprehend, I request the witnesses added to the testimony. Okay. Lady Darklaw was our venerable mistress. She assigned us our task. She was the Great Witch.
Hold it!
So about these tasks, can you give us any other examples? A Shade's task must never be discussed with others, no matter what. She says that even though she just finished telling us all about her secret task. Incidentally, do you perhaps remember when you arrived back in town to carry out your orders? Well, not really. My memory is still a little fuzzy. Say, didn't Kira only just recently become one of those shade thingies? Still, I failed at my task tonight. So chat, how would you feel if I called you my shades? What if I just called you all my little shades and you call me the Great Sloth? Actually, don't call me the Great Sloth, but can I call you all shades? Come to think of it, when Luke and I had our little run-in with Kira, I remember being blown clear across the marketplace. But I never saw any explosives or gunpowder. Maybe. Kira was given the task of blowing you to smithereens, Nick. And we're done. Getting back to this testimony. Hey, Shades, how's it going? Stop calling me the Great Sloth! I'm sure there's something here that just doesn't add up. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit. You really don't have any recollection of your old flower-selling self, do you? I don't. When a witch becomes a shade, they lose all memory of their past life. They lose their memories? But why? And yet you still have some grasp of the concept of magic, do you not, Witness? Let me spell it out for you. Magic does not exist in the Eldritch Woods. Oh, but there are actually lots of things back in the forest that I have not seen in this town. There are things there you haven't seen here? Like, really huge machines. The machinations of my mind are nothing but an enigma. Ring. There's one that spits out fire with such amazing speed and then expels these huge plumes of gray smoke. A machine that spits fire? Never have I heard such a thing. Are you certain that these machines of which you speak are not simply magic? You know, now that you mention it, I don't think anyone from this town can actually see those of us from the forest. They can't see you. Could it be something like that robe? Oh my goodness, a flamethrower. It was called a fire throwing machine. It throws out fire at very fast speeds. How can such a thing be even possible without magic?
Objection.
Oh! Miss Darklaw, if I may interrupt for just a moment. What is it, Inquisitor Layton? Through your testimony just now, we have all come to understand the process of how one becomes a shade. However, I was hoping you could perhaps elaborate on one additional point. Namely, what exactly is the purpose behind the shades? If you wish to know our purpose, there are certain other things you must first understand. Once you've done that, the answer should be quite clear. Isn't that right, Defender? The purpose behind the shades? Rest assured, you will not get the answer from me. As the saying goes, the witch is in your court, Defender. I don't think that's what they say. Sounds like Darklaw's challenging me to figure this out. Challenge accepted. He did the meme. Challenge accepted. There is but one true purpose for the shades that dwell within the Eldritch Woods.
Hold it!
Miss Darklaw, what is the purpose of the shades? As mistress to the shades, I cannot disclose the purpose of their existence. Well then, Since Miss Darklaw is unable to tell us herself, it seems we must rely on evidence instead. Evidence, huh? I do believe the Shades could have something to do with that which exists in this town but ought not to. Something that exists but shouldn't. Something that exists but shouldn't. Well, Defender, are you prepared to present evidence? You know what? I'm prepared. I was born ready, Your Honor. Something that exists in this town but shouldn't. I think I know what you're getting at, Professor. I think it's something magic related. Defender, please present your evidence. Yes, Your Honor. The purpose of the Shades could be to make sure this particular thing exists in Labyrinthia. This thing. Is there something in the Grand Grimoire? Gramworm? Banefoil? Godor? Familia? Goldor? Demir? Ignace? Something that exists but shouldn't. This thing exists in the... Could it be the Great Fire Dragon to make this thing exist in Labyrinthia? Summons forth a Great Fire Dragon for the caster to command, responsible for the legendary fire. Could it be that for the reason? Because this thing exists, but it shouldn't inside Labyrinthia. And they're talking about this particular thing. Unless I'm gonna try, should I try a hint system? I'll try a hint coin. Oh, did it just brought me to Grand Worm, didn't it? It literally just brought me to Grand Worm. Wow, so I was right. I was literally right. I was like, give me a hint coin. It's like, yeah, there it is.
Take that!
I was right. I should have just tried it. I'm a doofus. I'm a real doofus. Something that doesn't exist. I just wanted to make sure. I have a feeling no one is going to like the answer I'm about to give. And I'll probably end up shaking this town to its core. Don't call me a dum-dum. But I know the best use of a coin. It just told me the answer even though I had it. But I've got to tell them. The truth has to come out. Since I arrived here in Labyrinthia, there's been no shortage of really strange events. Ignace, Demir, Goldor, and now Grand Worm. The mere command of magic isn't itself a crime, is it not? In this town, witches are arrested and made to participate in witch trials. They are then sentenced to death by fire. But none of those witches actually died. That supposed death by fire wasn't real. And neither is magic. It doesn't really exist. What are you saying, Defender? The Eldritch Woods apparently contained some rather large machines, unlike... So you mean it wasn't magic, it was all done by machines? The woods apparently contain some rather large machines, unlike anything that exists within Labyrinthia. Machines that emit fire and produce large plumes of smoke. To top it all off, the citizens of Labyrinthia are not able to see said machines. It sounds like nothing more than magic. Yes, that is exactly it, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw. Magic doesn't really exist in this town. That's the answer, isn't it? Magic does not... What utter nonsense! It seems we have finally arrived at the stunning conclusion. The secret behind Labyrinthia. Magic just doesn't exist. I don't exist. What? What? Oh my goodness, chat. Order! Order! Order, I say! What is the meaning of this? It means that all of the magic you've seen in this town was nothing more than an illusion created and put into motion by the Shades. But Defender, the witches, we have clearly seen them use magic. Let us take a moment to think carefully about the systems employed by the Shades. Systems? What is essential in order for a witch to use magic? The witch must possess a Telea Magica and must say an incantation in order to cast a spell. And the spells able to be cast are determined by the scepter's magic gems. Now, what do you think is the purpose placing such requirements on the use of magic? What do you mean, purpose? These requirements are not there to allow the user to cast magic. Rather, the reality is that they are there to inform the Shades of who should be using magic. It is possible that witches were always being closely observed by Shades. That's why they donned these robes, to appear hidden until they were needed to create magic. Create? Indeed. There are all kinds of spells within this tome. It would be quite troublesome if they were simply allowed to use any spell at will. Yeah, it would make the Shade's job that much more difficult for sure. Precisely so. That is why it was imperative that a certain restriction be placed on the use of magic. Ah, you're referring to the Telea Magica, right, Professor? Of course, no wonder the scepter could only contain 2 magic gems. Then there's the incantation. What would happen if a witch could simply whisper the incantation quietly to herself, or not even say it at all? Boy, that'd be so cool. I'd be casting spells all day long and no one will ever see it coming. Maya, we spent an entire trial proving that you weren't a witch, remember? If the witches didn't give some sort of signal, then there would be no way for the Shades to know when to Are you telling me this was all a show? That they're all shows that the Shades are basically background ninjas, changing everything up. You know when you watch a play and there's like these background ninjas dressed in one color in the background of a freaking play to change everything? This is all a play! Wait, it makes sense. It's a story. The storyteller wrote the story, then we got a play here. It's a play. Right, you are, Mr. Wright. The incantations were a way of telling the Shades when the witch was ready to use magic. What on earth? Never did I think these requirements could have such a purpose. Oh my goodness, what is with this freaking twist of twist? It's even twistier than a twist. It's more twistier than a pretzel. It's twistier than my spine being snapped in half. Now, let's think back to the previous events leading up to today that have involved magic. Our first encounter with magic was the use of the spell Ignaze a few nights ago. A spell like this was nothing more than a flame spewed from a machine being used by the Shades. Then that means Demir, a spell that makes the caster disappear? Did somebody say boom? Thank you, Sandy. No doubt about it, it must have been this robe. Next is the incident with Goldor, the spell that transmuted me into a gold statue. While I understand this may sound a bit absurd, I can only surmise that the Shades created a gold statue in my image, took me and left it in my place the instant the incantation was uttered. So while he was standing there, they're like, we know he's gonna stand like that. Bring out the golden statue we made right now. Professor, it's no more absurd than anything else that's happened so far. Apparently invisible robes do. We can therefore conclude that all the magic in Labyrinthia was created in a similar vein. What do you say to that, Miss Darklaw? I expect nothing less from you, Inquisitor Layton. Huh. Hold on. Just getting another bite of Slim Jim right now. At any given time, there were between 5 and 10 witches in town. All of the witches were accompanied by Shades at all times. It was easier than you would think. You see, the Shades living in the Eldritch Woods total in the hundreds. Wow. It was simply a matter of having each of the Shades operate in shifts in order to watch over each of the witches within the town. I must say, Lady Darklaw, that is quite a number of Shades. was not only those who fell victim to the flames that were turned into shades, but their victims too were made permanent residents of the Eldritch Woods. Then, those two shady thieves from before were turned into shades? Ah yes, you mean Robs and Mugs? Despite their dubious appearance, those two were a couple of my best shades. Shady thieves turn into shades. This stuff writes itself. I cannot believe what I have heard. It's quiet. However, there is still one thing I do not understand just yet. And what would that be? As has just been explained, we have established that there is no possibility of magic being real. But replacing me with a gold statue to give the illusion of transmutation, for example, while it sounds simple enough, I myself and presumably also Miss Faye have no recollection of this replacement taking place. Hey, that's right! The professor got all bling-blingy before I could even bat an eye! It begs the question, how and when was that statue created, let alone used to replace me? That is true. Also, what about the goat? There was a golden goat before. Anybody remember the golden goat? The same goes for Goldor. It's supposed to create a portal between two green-colored walls. Perhaps that is exactly why the spell can only work on green walls, Mr. Wright. Still, it'd be impossible for the shades to get those portals ready so quickly. I agree. If we take a moment to think, green screen, we can see that all of these spells have one strange thing in common. A thing in common? Yes, indeed. Almost as if some time between the start and end of the incident was unaccounted for. Furthermore, any memory I might have had regarding the incident seems to have simply disappeared in the process. I've got it, Nick. It's just like what happened to Kira. She's got absolutely no memory of her life in Labyrinthia before the trial, right? Yes, I do not remember this Kira you speak of. And, oh yeah, when you really think about it, doesn't it seem super weird how the Shades are able to return to town if they complete their task? You're right, Maya. I mean, the townsfolk are bound to remember some things about them, right? Like how Miss Kira here threw a major hissy fit in court and was barbecued for being a witch. Eloquently put, Mr. Wright. Hissy fit. Hence, we cannot yet conclude that this entire illusion was primarily accomplished through the use of machinery. Simply put, there must have been some way of affecting the memories of all those within the confines of this town. Missing time and lost memories? Now that is interesting, Inquisitor. You are correct. There is, in fact, a secret that lies within the depths of the Eldritch Woods. Something that the people of this town cannot see. Something that can rob people of their time and memories. Imagine Amir keeps dying somehow and keeps needing... Oh, poor Amir. Tis the very thing that connects all of what you have heard tonight. Tis a secret of monumental proportions. And let me guess. 'Tis a secret that cannot be revealed by the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. Is that right? Yes. An excellent deduction, Defender. Witches' souls wander astray within the Eldritch Woods. Until tonight, I thought this nothing but a mere fairy tale told to children. But it has become clear that a seemingly large organization lies within that forest. The Witch's Court is the border between this world and the other world. Then, that means, in this world, you're Labyrinthia's High Inquisitor, while also being mistress to the Shades in the other world. Otherwise known as the Great Witch. May I intervene for just a moment, Mr. Wright? Sure. Oh wait, hold on. Something was stuck in my mouth. In all honesty, there it. What the heck was that? In all honesty, there is still something that sticks out as a little odd. particularly in Miss Darklaw's previous testimony. Did you say the previous testimony? Oh, I already pushed that out of my head. There was one vital truth that we managed to take away from that testimony. You mean that magic does not truly exist in Labyrinthia? Indeed, quite the vital, a bit shocking truth. However, there is one more truth hidden within that same testimony. There's something else in that testimony. I must have checked the court record more times than I can count, but I didn't find a single other contradiction. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Wright? When there is no evidence left, we have but one more weapon at our disposal with which to uncover the truth. Oh, hey, I've got it, Nick. Remember, in a witch trial, you can cross-examine two witnesses at the same time. Hey, that's right, I completely forgot. Being able to have a look at two testimonies side by side is bound to turn up a contradiction somewhere. And that contradiction should provide us with a much-needed clue. I'm not entirely sure where the professor is going with this, but I believe in his judgment. Besides, if we're gonna blow this case wide open, it's gotta be worth a shot. Very well, we will now take a closer look at Lady Darklaw's previous testimony. This is it, Miss Darklaw's previous testimony. There is a glaring contradiction between this piece of testimony and the others. Ready yourself, Mr. Wright. Let's see. Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them I'm known as the Great Witch. Those that are put to the flames in the witch trials become shades, who live their lives in the woods. Lady Darklaw was our venerable mistress. She assigned us our task. She was the Great Witch. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit. There is but one purpose for the shades that dwell within the Eldritch Woods. I think out of all of these, the second one makes more sense. It talks about being the Great Witch. She assigned us our task. She was the Great Witch. I'm gonna question this.
Objection!
That was a double... Okay, there we go. Your Honor, there's obviously a huge discrepancy between these two pieces of testimony. Miss Darklaw stated that she is known as the Great Witch. However, according to Miss Kira's testimony, Miss Darklaw was her venerable mistress, the Great Witch. Oh wait, holy heck, I forgot to... Oh my, hold on, Chad, hold on a second. I forgot to... Oh goodness, I forgot to hook up my freaking phone. It needed to be charged. It was dying this whole time. Oh my goodness, I'm using my phone as my webcam for this, and I forgot to freaking put the plug in, so it's dying. So I just plugged it in right now. Hopefully that will last. That is correct. She was the Great Witch. Note Miss Kira's use of the past tense. Hold on, I just gotta check again. Let me go check again if it's charging. Okay, it is. It is charging, just... Wow, it's close to dying. Okay, it's charging. It's charging right now. It is charging right now. Oh my goodness. If my phone just died right now, I wouldn't go out of existence. You just wouldn't see me talking anymore. I'd just be like this. I'd just be still the whole time. Alright. Past tense. I'm afraid my grammar is not quite what it used to be. May I ask what you mean? It's simple. Miss Darklaw was a mistress of the Shades, or as they also called her, the Great Witch. Therefore, she is no longer the Great Witch. She is not the Great Witch? Witness, is this true? Huh? Come on, Kira, say it. It is as you have heard, my lord. I relinquished my position as Great Witch in order to fulfill the objective of this task. What would that objective be again? That would be the assassination of the storyteller, Your Honor. Witness, at the beginning of this trial, you stated that you came to town in order to complete your task, did you not? What's more, you said that you were going to summon the fire dragon to do it. Now this task, it wasn't Miss Darklaw here that gave it to you, was it? No, it wasn't. So then, the most pressing question is, who was it that gave you that task? Who told you to come to Labyrinthia and assassinate the storyteller? I mean, the storyteller was presumed to be dead, but he did end up alive in the end. I cannot tell you, no matter what. Alright, so Darklaw isn't the Great Witch anymore. Which must mean the mastermind behind this entire thing is... It would seem the defense has worked it out as well. Mr. Wright, you know who really gave Miss Kira her task tonight, do you not? Defender, I ask that you enlighten the court. Show us who really gave this witness her task to assassinate the storyteller. Who else? But Eve. I mean, the only other person I can think of is the storyteller. The storyteller? We're talking about someone with the authority and power to replace the Great Witch. Someone who calls the shots. I can't think of anyone else that meets those criteria, except for the storyteller himself. But preposterous, then that would mean... Exactly, Your Honor. It means that the storyteller gave this final task to Kira himself. He was, in short, responsible for his own assassination. What? Order! Order in the court! But for what purpose? Why would he plan his own assassination? That I cannot say, Your Honor. However, the final chapter of the story does tell of his inevitable death. While he assigned his task to Kira himself, it is perfectly natural that he would do so. However, what is not natural is your behavior tonight, Miss Darklaw. What was unnatural about the High Inquisitor's behavior? You were once the head of all the Shades, and yet tonight you tried to interfere with the storyteller's plan. You rendered Miss Kira unconscious and locked her away in the belfry of the bell tower. That to me seems like the activity of someone aiming to put a stop to his plan altogether. Indeed. Lady Darklaw, what would be the reason for such behavior? Did she try to go against the storyteller? I leave that to you, Mr. Wright. Based on what we've seen in this trial, the defense believes Miss Darklaw's reason for covering up her actions tonight can only be attributed to one thing. This plan was handed down by the storyteller himself, and Miss Darklaw was definitely aiming to put a wrench in it, but why? She tried to sabotage the plan, betray the storyteller, protect the storyteller. If it was to protect the storyteller, she would have known. Sabotage the plan still, the fire dragon still attacked them, so the only reason I have is betraying the storyteller. Maybe she aimed to really get him. There's one possible reason I can think of as to why Miss Darklaw had to hide her actions tonight. She was aiming to betray the storyteller. Betray the storyteller? I agree, Mr. Wright. The storyteller used the Great Witch Bazella to take his own life. Instructions to carry out the plan were given to Miss Kira. However, Miss Darklaw planned to intervene and change the scenario at the very last minute. She planned to do so by changing the identity of the Great Witch from Miss Kira to Miss Cantabella, thus bringing us to our current situation. Miss Cantabella on trial for the murder of her father at the hands of Bazella. You, Miss Darklaw, seem to harbor a rather strong hatred for the storyteller, if I'm not mistaken. Things are heating up, I get it. Because it's hot. A hatred, you say? Yes, I suppose you could call it that. That's right. Behold, my revenge. Did you say revenge? Miss Darklaw, will you please tell the court of your plan for revenge? Nah. If you insist. Oh boy, plan for revenge. Oh, it's animated. Oh, never mind. The High Inquisitor, and also the Great Witch. Long have I donned those two masks, one as Labyrinthia's protector, the other its harbinger of destruction. In other words, I was merely meant to serve him. And yet, he sought to selfishly pen the ending of the story under his own terms. He didn't care enough about me, or any of the townspeople, to allow us the dignity of deciding our own fate. Indeed, what we witnessed tonight was the cowardly act of a man looking for an easy way to end that which he could not properly finish. He cared for no one but himself, hence this sudden sham of an ending. And for that, I will never forgive him. What do you mean by sham of an ending? The Great Witch Bezella is to summon a dragon of fire and end the life of the creator. She will then be put on trial and judged, thus heralding a period of peace and prosperity for all of Labyrinthia. Such is the ending written for this town and its people. It is not an ending I oppose in principle. Who would not wish a happy ending for their own people? However, the problem lies in Bezella's identity. Bezella's identity? As you know, he assigned the role of the Great Witch to this girl beside me. But you're saying that was a falsehood, is that correct? I knew Bezella's true identity. It is not something I could ever forget. That is why I went to the bell tower, and it is why I took the accused there. I did it to ensure the true witch foretold in the story was given the judgment she was due. The true witch? You don't mean? Yes, I speak of none other than Espella Cantabella.
Objection!
Oh boy. Miss Darklaw, there's a glaring contradiction in your statement. And what would that be? It's supposedly common knowledge that Bezella is capable of using all magic. However, that is far from the truth. Magic does not actually exist in this town. It was all one giant illusion created by the Shades. Therefore, the Great Witch Bezella cannot exist either. Everybody's just dots. You fool. I'm not a fool. Defender, you really don't have a clue, do you? But wait just a minute now, is the Defender not correct? If magic does not exist, then it goes without saying that witches do not exist either. And that would include the Great Witch, would it not? That's right. They've been lying to us this whole time. Dastards. Bezella isn't real.
Objection.
Layton? Mr. Wright, there is a fundamental mistake in your argument. What do you mean? I have but one simple question. What exactly is Bezella? Bezella is the friendship in our hearts, right, chat? Well, she's supposed to be the head of all witches. Allow me to reword the question. The Great Witch Bezella is the root of all disaster within Labyrinthia. No, it's not, Knowing that, what specific disaster might she have been the root of? Who is Bezella? What is Bezella? But not how is Bezella? That would be, I just thought of something. We've been hearing Bezella's name left and right since we got here, but not once has the real Bezella shown up in person. Indeed, Miss Faye. Bezella herself has been virtually absent from the story thus far. But Inquisitor, did she not claim the life of the storyteller tonight? It would appear so, Your Honor. However, there is just one more thing. Consider this. Which particular story is every citizen of Labyrinthia most familiar with? Well, that would have to be The legendary fire, right? Precisely. So, surely you're not serious. As the name implies, that is but a mere legend. No one knows for certain if it occurred. So they say, but the reality is, there are still traces of that terrible fire within the town today. The professor's right, we've even seen some of it up close and personal. Hey, yeah, at the Great Archive. You are indeed correct, Inquisitor. Littered throughout the town are burnt remnants of a fire most fierce. However, no one can say for certain what transpired back then. You see, not a soul saw what actually happened. Let me see if I have this straight. There's an entire town full of people, and no one saw what happened. Correct. Except for one particular person. What? There was one person who saw everything. I am speaking, of course, of the one responsible for the fire itself. The Great Witch Bezella. Not the storyteller, but... yes. Espella? I remember it. All of it. Espella, what are you saying? When I close my eyes, I can picture it so vividly. The awful sight of the flames engulfing everything they touched. The scorching heat on my skin. The smell of burning cinder all around me. The large plumes of black smoke. The warm tears streaming down my face. I remember it all. What you're recalling now is the moment the Great Witch Bezella destroyed our town. Well, it appears my role here is finished. As for the rest, I leave it in your capable hands, Inquisitor. She just vanished. Huh? Darklaw, she just vanished into thin air. She's right. These memories are proof that I am Bezella. Oh no, she's possessed again, chat. But Espella. Prof, did I say prof? Mr. Wright. Remember, if you will, what I said at the beginning of this trial. I came here to prove that Espella Cantabella is in reality the Great Witch Bezella. Right. There is still one more thing I wish to present to the court. I will now like to call the final witness to the stand. The final witness? Wait. Could he mean? Ah, it would appear he has arrived. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I give you this trial's final witness, the storyteller. And just like that, he appeared, the man who died not hours before. And the victim of this very trial, the storyteller himself. The professor sure chose one heck of a final witness. Morning is drawing closer and closer. How this trial will end is anyone's guess. Oh my goodness, chat, this is... There are so many twists left and right. Oh my goodness. One more stream? I don't know. How long will if we're going to the final chapter, how long will the final chapter take? Does anybody know? Like, does anybody know, like, the ETA of the final chapter? Like, will it take long? Because if I do put it for the last stream and it lasts like an hour, that's not worth it. I can try to push through. I can push through this. I just want to know how long it is. Sorry, chat. Just eating a Slim Jim right now. Sorry about that. We can try to get phase... So what you're saying is that we should just save the finale for next stream. Is everybody in chat fine with that? If we so this is what's going on. I can try showing the next week's schedule so we can try to figure out when it's best for everybody. So I can try moving it to the next week. So right now this is what the next schedule is looking like. Do you want to continue? Nobody has told me how long the last one is gonna take. No one's telling me. Nobody has said anything. Like, does it take like another 2 hours or so? Because if so, that's gonna take a while. But you know what? You don't know how long. I really need like a TBA or whatever, like a TBD. It's like an ETA. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna save it for next time. So here's next week's schedule. This is what I got for next. Oh, wow, that's big. That is a big one. I'm sorry, chat. That was a big one. So this is what I got for next week. I will not be streaming for the first 3 days since I'm gonna be busy on Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday are my days off from that, and Wednesday I will not be streaming. But for the 4 days after that, I am gonna be doing some reactions to some E3 presentations. Is everybody cool with this? So next Friday will be the Layton versus Phoenix Wright finale. So chat, next Friday and Saturday it's a double finale week. Because I'm gonna be, if we can finish Layton next Friday, and Saturday I'm gonna be finishing Persona 3 Fez. It'll be a double finale week in between reactions to these presentations. So if everybody's cool with that, we can do a double finale next week. So that's the schedule for next week. I'll put it up on my Twitter, my Discord, and my offline page ASAP. But if everybody's cool with that, we're going to continue this next week. But I can't believe it. We're going to finish 2 games, which means after that, we're getting some new games. But yes, thank you all for coming. Thank you for coming tonight, everybody. Actually, let me put this down. There we go. But yes, thank you all for coming to tonight's stream. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. This has been one crazy heck of a stream. So many twists and turns. But I'll be back next Thursday with the Summer Games Fest reaction stream, alright? It'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please take a look at the green times. They will not be starting at 6. They'll be starting at 2 and Sunday at 1. So I hope to see you then. Because the week after that, we got the Nintendo Direct to look forward to. So we got a lot of presentations during E3 happening real soon. I cannot wait until we get to the Nintendo Direct, chat. It's gonna be crazy. But until then, you all have a good night, rest easy, hydrate, and I'll catch you all next Thursday. And of course, if you haven't followed me on Twitch, please do for more stuff like this. And I upload everything on my YouTube channel. So I'll catch you next time, everybody. Oh, my phone's dying again. Okay, phone, I gotcha. I'm about to end. Sheesh. My phone is just picky. But yes, catch you all next time, everybody. Thanks for coming. Bye.